knew them all. 1 for 1, the deal's done. Bobby Mack let us know. Ryan Stromey lost it twice. Drake from Manning was not nice. 2 good picks, they went for Griff. Pete just had to go. Eric Greiber buyout, what was that all about? Miko signed a 3-year deal, and my friends, that ain't no steal. Traded for Spooner, shoulda canned him sooner. Chris Russell, Lucic, no movement on their deals. Pete left a tire fire. Bobby Nix is searching for the perfect person. Pete left a tire fire. Now it's tough to do well when you're stuck in cap hell.
6:01. We are coming at you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio. Just in case you couldn't tell, Maddie, 2 headphones, me too, buddy. Tommy Gazzola must have excellent hearing. That guy. Post game. It was awesome last night. I turned on YouTube on my basement TV and watched the post game show like it was a television program. It was awesome. Cass and Tommy brought the heat last night.
Yeah, what Marshall McLuhan, it's not the medium, it's the message or whatever it is.
Is that what they say?
It doesn't matter what you're doing, but we are, again, this isn't just a podcast. It's a live radio show. We're on TV. You can watch it on the TV, right? You can have it on your radio.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And by the way, Tube Socks banging out this Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio logo. That looks good, right? Hey, where are you guys sitting right now? Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio. Get your hands on that ghost pepper chicken sandwich. Delicious.
Almost like the Shaw fireplace, eh? Like
it's kind of the heat coming off of this thing right now is nuts. My goodness, what is this? A ghost pepper logo? This is nuts. Hit us up in the nasty chat. What are we going to talk about today? We'll have to find out. Did Pete actually leave a tire fire, and is it still a tire fire? Find out today right here at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Lineup for today, it will be our show till 9 o'clock. Hangout today, coming up from 9 to 11. And then we'll have the lock shop will be Huss and the Cool Bet Boys today. I'm flying to Winnipeg. Maddie and Tommy will have the oil stream for you today. That should be straight fire as well. I don't know if you know, but Jay Woodcroft swore in his post-game last night.
Well, he knows that our show now is a little more off the rails, so he's trying to match that.
That must be what it is.
Yeah.
He's a filthy boy. Jay Woodcroft, a filthy boy. Here's part of what, here's the good part of what Woodcroft said last night.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
Yeah, excuse your language, you filthy bastard.
Clean it up.
No, I love the passion. Yep. I love the passion from Woody, and I love the fact that we're going to hammer this thing to death on text messages today. This is probably how you win text of the day to the Paris Jewelers inbox right now, 780-218-9999. That is the Paris Jewelers inbox. Go buy something. They've got finance plans where you don't have to pay for a year. It's absolutely ridiculous. Family-owned, Canadian, 23 locations across our great country. Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. You know how it works. For example, I'll go the broccoli on Tuesday night at the client mixer.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
Right? That works, doesn't it? Keep them coming in, 780-218-9999, or in the nasty chat, of course, as well. Rick, I think we could take this thing for a heavy run today.
This is channeling his inner torts in Philadelphia, and I guess for the broccoli clip, I'd even lop off the excuse my language. We don't.
That one you don't need
we
to.
really meant it on the broccoli, right?
Us watching YouTube Trev eat a sandwich. Let's start there.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
All right, that's kind of fits the bill there, too. So this is how you're going to win Text of the Day. Text of the Day, of course, is a gift certificate to A&W. Go try those new Crunch-tastic chicken cruncher sandwiches. 3 different varieties that you can get your hands on and get it at A&W. Hey, and while you're there, have a nice frosted root beer. All right, why would you not want a frosted root beer when you're at A&W with the glass mug? We got a couple glass mugs sitting right over here. I'm on a latte from the Dub.
Hitting the highway today, going to hit the Lloyd A&W as per tradition with my wife.
Nothing like the Lloyd A&W. Right on the right? Or you go the far one. Isn't there 2
I'm going east, and it's on the right-hand side.
Yeah,
so it's right there as you're going in, and like hitting that around like 3 to 4 in the afternoon. It's like completely
no rush.
The place is mine.
God.
I can have all the root beer I want.
Very jealous of that,
man. Might even get a sucker, probably.
Very jealous of that. We're going to get, obviously, into the Oilers game here. We'll get it. Actually, a Thursday nighter ended up being much better than we thought it would. On the lock shop yesterday, we were on the under, and we were off on that one. But the investment gets the job done again. Trevor Lawrence, hey, what a cool dude! Like to look like he looks, and to also be awesome is way better than how Patrick Mahomes looks and sounds. Right,
functioning groin.
Trevor Lawrence is a dude's dude. Yeah, I love that guy. Okay, but we were sitting here getting ready for the show today, and this guy's telling tales of Century Casino, Fort Road, that I think we are probably one NFL season or two NFL seasons at the most, like end of next season, there is a office-style mockumentary shot with your crew down at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
There is a cast of characters assembling, and it kind of Monday Night Football, it's Monday, first day of the week. Then you get to Thursday, and it's a smoked brisket cheesesteak, and they were flying out of the kitchen again last night. Delicious. I ate mine like Trevor eats a sandwich. I told you that. I have the pictures.
You corn and cob this thing.
I did the entire thing. I had to because it's kind of how it was constructed. But and I got two. They gave me sweet potato fries by mistake. I didn't say anything. And then they brought out, without me soliciting.
No, they didn't.
Hey, we messed up on your order. Here, have this complimentary plate of fries.
Are you serious?
So 2 fries, sweet potato fries, regular fries, plus my smoked brisket cheesesteak last night. Delicious. But no, Fergie's prostate, Rip City Step came out. Box Pounder, his wife, Troy, T-Roy, Rob was there as well. Missing people, Matt. And Trevor Savage the plumber wasn't there, so the game was wide open.
It was wide open then.
The contesting was wide open, so real good night, real fun night again. And
so you played, so you learned. So Fergie, by the way, Fergie, first of all, you can't ask for your tie back. I mean, you gave me that tie, so he gives us these ties. I did say it was too short to wear, so he tells you, "Well, have Dusty give it back to me." But it's my tie now. Like, you gave it to me. You want me to give you back this tie?
So they weren't free.
What? It wasn't free. He paid for this tie.
But his standard though, like you can only give gifts that are free. Like you can't,
I don't know.
He
Ferg,
paid for it.
Ferg, we got to talk about this. I'll meet you out at the Century Casino one of these Mondays or Thursdays, and we'll have this discussion. And I'll wear the tie. I'll be like, "You gave me this tie. This is my tie. You want this tie? You get out of my dead body, Fergie."
Then he can teach you to play backgammon, and you can beat him at his own
game.
So
this is what happened last night. First of all, I still don't know how he gets his backgammon thing into the casino.
I don't either.
How are you taking a game that you could possibly gamble on into a casino?
Poor Trev just had his camera there that one night we were there, and they shut him down.
Yeah.
Like, no video in here. Meanwhile, Fergie's prostate bringing in his own dice, to a casino. But he did teach Rip City Step and I, and then we both turned around and beat him. Again,
you think he threw it? You think he threw it for you guys?
He didn't throw it. He was giving us some pointers, but a win is a win. You could tell he was frustrated. You don't want to be losing 1, especially 2, to 2 new people that you've trained for your game. But I really enjoyed it. I might get in the backgammon game now. Might buy a board.
I like you becoming huge backgammon.
Can I as well before we move on here?
I just love your crew there, man. What is this? More surprises? Is this for Mr. Lean?
Well, it's for all of us, really, Mr. Lean included.
What is this?
Just to shake the vibes and everything.
What is this?
Another office medallion here.
Cujo mask.
Just kind of get things going.
Okay, now this is interesting. Yeah. This is interesting because it's an Oilers Cujo, but that's his St. Louis mask, right?
Oilers logo. Oilers logo.
Is that not his Blues mask?
Probably.
No, that's his Blues mask.
Well, it's his
Look
mask
it up. He didn't have this yellow.
It's the Oilers. It's the Oilers.
It says Oilers. It's like an Oilers base, but I do think that is the St. Louis mask. Anyway, that's great.
It's like on the card where you get traded, right? You get traded and you get a,
it's like every CFL card for the last 2 seasons. So this is great. What a little treat. Hey, score one. Me being Steve Buscemi checking off 1 McMuffin. 1 small Cujo mask.
I know we did the crack.
I hear cracks.
I hear cracks as well.
What the hell is this? CHL.
Pick one.
Oh, boy. I'll go left.
21-22.
Who did these come from?
We can keep it for a little later.
Okay.
It doesn't matter to me.
Oh, you know how tough it's going to be for me to sit here? Well, sure. This is here to crack.
We'll see how long we go in the hour.
See how long it can go.
I just wanted to get that.
See how long. Who dropped these off?
I got them myself.
You picked these up?
I bought them with my own money, and I'm not going to ask them for it back. I'm not going to say, hey, just give me those back.
Fergie must completely diagree with your logic on this. You're not going to use those
or put them in a binder and have them back. Yeah, so they're yours to keep.
Fergie's saying that you didn't beat him. Just saying, there's some controversy. There's some classic backgammon controversy from the casino last night.
It was like a tie. It was almost like the Saints-Jaguars final. That's how it kind of, It was a win. We both beat Fergie's prostate at his own game.
All right, you can text us anytime at 780-218-9999. We'll lay at the show for you. We have morning after show, obviously, coming up here as well. Lots of these rolling in today. This is probably how you're going to get in for text of the day. Strummy on the Nasty Chat. Me, after watching both of my kids pick all of the toppings off their pizza before eating it.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
How about this one? This one's legit. Evander Kane with 1 assist and -5 in 4 games playing with Leon and Connor.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
Connor with no shot.
Yeah, that's like when Donnie doesn't bowl a strike in Lebowski. Like Connor McDavid, no shots on goal last night? What?
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
I'm going to throw this out there today. Just let me have my one moment. Go back and look through every game Jesse Puljujärvi played alongside Connor McDavid. You will not find a stretch where he was -5 in 4 games playing with Connor or Leon. I'm sorry, you just won't.
Now just pause.
Perfect. I had to say it.
Yeah,
Evander Kane needs to get going, man. Do something. Somebody do something. They're lucky we don't have an I Got Beef segment today.
I don't want to name names, but there were a few whispers last night about the wrist. And, he's...
how
that
enough.
Injury go?
Listen,
reasons, excuses,
you
right?
Can't make excuses for these guys. Leon Draisaitl, is he hurt? Oh, is this guy hurt?
Just saying,
is this guy hurt?
Be warned.
Like, come on. Maybe they just need to step up and beat a Philadelphia Flyers team that had half a blue line you probably never heard of before in your entire life. 4 shots in the third period? Is that what it was? When you're down by a couple going in? What is this? Anyway, morning after show coming up. We'll get into it a little bit more. I'm trying to reel it in here. 780-218-9999. These texts are flying in so quickly today that I know we're gonna miss a few. This one's pretty good. Big Maple, well done, sir. Fraser, when he walks into a dealership showroom and none of the vehicles have their headlights on.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
Yeah. Not good enough. Excuse my language. Keep those coming in. Here's what the show looks like today, and we'll get to more of these as they continue to roll in. JC the Glazier sliding in as well. My wife, whenever I do anything around the house to try to help out.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
All right. Oh, I did this. Oh, really? Not up to our standard. Not good enough. Man, do we have all of Woody? We'll get to all of Woody during the morning after show. You guys got that from the postgame last night. By the way, postgame last night, our postgame show is awesome. Like just sitting back and watching it and watching the Nasty Chat go nuts. And then I had the text line up and watching from home last night. That was hopping. It was really good product last night.
As you say, you can watch it on your television.
It's just, it's awesome. Like last night, Sportsnet's not providing you with a post-game show. So which ones how are you going to watch something on your TV? You're going to watch Edmonton Sports Talk YouTube. Got you covered there.
Good-looking chaps, too.
Doesn't hurt. Handsome boys.
Doesn't hurt.
Handsome boys.
The Foster Morrow for the clip.
Yeah, well, yeah. Hey, Foster Morrow. My goodness, this guy.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
The Saints drive the field looking to tie the game against the Jags. And we were joking about it this morning, like Foster Moreau will never work in that city again.
No.
That was like that's one where I know it sounds crazy.
Does this need investigating?
Yeah, it sounds crazy to put yourself into like a professional athlete's spot. But I do feel like my 8-year-old son Marshall, who catches about 50 footballs a day from me, probably hauls that one in. Wide open, in a bucket, dropped into your mitts, and you blow it. That was a bad look. That was a really bad look. In the end, worked out well if you were on the Jags in that game as a road dog, and they did manage to get it done. Like, can we do that after? I think we can. I mean, you probably do it whenever the hell we want, right?
Somebody won.
Yeah, how about the Jags last night as a road dog getting the job done?
Oh, you didn't know? You better call somebody! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, tonight, D-Generation X proudly brings to you its 6-time WWE Tag Team Champions of the World! The Road Dogg, Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws!
I love when he does that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the investment. Trevor Lawrence finding Christian Kirk in the fourth quarter. And I don't want to be overly critical of legends in the broadcast game, but Michael's on the call. He's like, they're looking at it. Was he out of bounds? He's celebrating like it's a touchdown. I was like, he was never even close to being out of bounds. He was like 2 feet inside the pylon. What are you looking at? And where's his spotters at? Help him out in that spot. That was a tough call to watch last night.
Well, Michael's man's never eaten a vegetable in his life.
Wouldn't have had the broccoli problem. That's for sure. Also, I wanted to hit this. Me to Fergie Prostate's tie he wants back.
You're going to live with me now. Yeah, I'm going to take care of you. Because I love you. Oh, I love you, John. Oh, I love you, John.
What do you think about that, Mr. Prostate? All right, let's lay out the... Anyway, Foster Moreau walking back to the bench on the sideline. The entire coaching staff simultaneously gives him one of these. You're done here.
Don't bother tomorrow.
Yeah.
Come in, film. Just
after the game, Derek Carr walked across the dressing room and just backhanded him across the face.
Takes off one of his gloves.
Yeah. You're done. Tough look. But what are you going to do?
He was emotional on the sideline. So no investigation is what you're saying.
No, I mean, he probably was going to make more money if he dropped that ball than if he caught it, like, for his contract. So I would assume something sketchy. All I do know is that, you know what he looked like last night? Looked like a Canadian Football League player trying to haul something.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. This guy couldn't even start on the Bombers or the Lions. I'm actually not even kidding about that. I honestly don't think they'd find a spot for him on the Bombers or the Lions.
With drops like that.
All right, so here's the show for you today. And we're going to get into the morning after show right away. Oh, I know. You're excited about it. Morning after show. I figure it's Friday. We'll dive into the old vault, right? Maddie gave me access again yesterday. Pick a number, any number. We'll get to that around 6:30. Local spin for United Sport and Cycle coming up. This is a good chance. We've got a few things on tap locally this weekend. But if you have anything on tap locally this weekend that you want to plug, you plan on going to like some high school games or whatever, let us know when and where. We'll try to get that into the local spin. So hit us up, 780-218-9999, the Paris Jewelers inbox, or in the nasty chat as well. Mike Johnson, he was working the Panthers-Leafs game last night. So I still think he's good to join us. Do I have my phone here today?
Again?
Oh, man. It's in the truck
it's in
again.
That big, beautiful new truck that
it's
you're
in
test driving.
It's in that GMC.
Somewhere in there. Hey.
And, hey, Mitch, if you're listening, me to that GMC truck I've got right now.
You're going to live with me now.
Yeah. You are going to live with me now.
I think
this might be the one. I think this might be the one. This might be the one. So we'll get into the local spin coming up here. MJ's going to join us. I probably should get my phone this time though. Maybe during an update I'll run out.
Yeah, do that.
We'll just see how fast I can
it'd
get
be
back.
great.
Like,
Yeah,
I'll come in.
I'll read it extremely slow. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good. Cool bet hotline of the day was not a good day yesterday. We were all fired up. The Oilers, man, just a real buzzkill last night with that team. 1-3 on the year to start. Not great. Not great. They'll say they're not panicking, but their coach is dropping F-bombs post-game. So something's not adding up. More of your Woody texts and chats at 7:30 today. We will also, Greg Wyshynski is going to join us from Metal Supermarkets, your convenience stores for Metal. They'll be by around 7:45 today. Kind of easy trivia, 3 questions too many. Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. And during Beer of the Week, We might even bang it out here, too. What do you think? Should we get into the beer labels in this hour? And I was going to save during Beer of the Week and get Scott's opinion on them, but then I don't know. We'll get to them at some point. We've got 5 finalists in our 6 o'clock lager label making contest.
They're so good.
They're all good.
I don't want to not give as much time as we.
I would say, like this, I think is fair. We would be comfortable putting all 5 of these logos on a can, right? And there was a bunch of other ones. Some of them were kind of funny, like some people who might not have a ton of designer skill put some together, and that was pretty good too. But
we cared not for your resume. That was just it was come with what.
Yeah,
you,
bring
what,
the
do
heat.
What you do. Do what you do.
Bring the heat. And we got 5 really nice looking logos. We might hit on that here in the 6 o'clock hour too, then come back around to it and get the professional's opinion, Scott Laurie, when he's in after we crush a couple bevies ourselves today, because they do look pretty good. Look at this, Ian Ferguson. Well then, farm boy, learn how to tie a tie properly. If I can teach Eric how to play backgammon, I can teach you how to tie a Windsor knot. No, I do a Windsor. Windsor's the 2 loops, right? I think Windsor's a double wrap, and that's what I do, and that's why the tie was too short. What am I supposed to do, that one little knot? One little knot here? That's what I'm supposed to do? You know what? I might give Fergie's tie a go tonight. Or tomorrow afternoon, I guess.
Really?
I'll bring it with me to Winnipeg, if that's allowed. If Fergie will allow it.
How about tie this one here, and let's see it?
Oh, yeah. This is the one.
Money where the mouth
is. Is this yours over here? It must
probably,
be
yeah, because you took yours.
Yeah, hey, pass me that tie.
Okay, let's see this.
Well, just after 6:30, I'll tie a tie. All right, so this is one of the ones. Fergie's going to hate that this is still here. But this is the other one. Is this one longer?
Oh, they're the same.
Did I maybe take the short one?
No, they're the same.
Oh, they're the same?
They're going to be the same.
After 6:30, I'll tie this tie.
It's pretty long to me.
Yeah, but I'm tall.
Sure. But the framing.
So then you have to readjust where you're tying it from.
Hey, which former NHL exec am I? Brian Burke.
Yes. Who's Brian Burke?
Who's Brian Burke?
He's
Mr. Lean's in the one today.
He's going to play 623.
You son of a gun. You son of a gun.
How did you just think I didn't know who Brian Burke was?
Well, why would you say who's Brian Burke? That was weird to me.
I like this look, though, for the show.
You do?
With the CFL emblem, the shield in the middle. I like that. That's a classy look. You like that.
Fancy boy. Fancy boy. All right, let's get into. I don't actually have the bad morning after show kicking around. We got the good morning after show, but we can't play the good morning after show song right now.
No,
like that,
no.
You can't do that.
Hey, 6 o'clockers, check it.
Yeah, no, not today. Not today. Not after that effort. All right, so let's get into it. You can play along. We're looking at the EST big moment that happened in that game, the super stat of the night, the 4th star of the game. I already know who the 38th star of the game is, so we're going to get into that as we work our way through this bad boy this morning. But Lieutenant Eric, your EST big moment that happened.
The shorty.
Yeah.
It was the shorty.
Yeah.
It's the shorty. I mean, regardless of how you think the team was playing up until that point, it's a 2-1 game, 3-1 at that point, and you kind of know at that point how the team was playing and that type of backbreaker.
I don't know how it can be anything but the shorty.
Yeah, you're heading into the. I mean, it's just a summarization of the night. That was right there. That's my moment. That's it.
It was so bad on so many levels.
And the F-bomb.
McDavid with just a sloppy turnover on that little drop to try to get it back up to the blue line, picked off, coming back the other way. I do think I was frustrated because I was waiting for like a good replay from like directly behind the net so we could see how much room Campbell was giving him on that short side. I'm trying to think, like, was it just an excellent shot? Like, let's say this. Let's say Zach Hyman's coming down the wing like that and scores the way he did. Are Oilers fans viewing it as sick snipe or one that the goaltender should have had back? And I just don't know if I ever really had an angle on it where I could kind of determine one way or the other if I thought it was a weak goal or a great shot. So, I mean, the other goals I don't think you can blame Campbell on, to be honest.
I got your angle in the replay here.
Do you have whereabouts is that? Can I see it?
I mean, it's you're not really.
Let's see. Let's
do this live here.
Let's just hold this.
You might have to rewind now a bit.
Oh, that one helps. Yeah, but see, that's...
That one doesn't help.
No, okay, the next one does? Okay, let's see this one. All right, this is the one. Let me see, because... Oh, yeah, this one might help.
See it now? But it's like it's...
Where is this from?
That's a pretty good shot.
Shell.com.
Can you just send me the link?
It's the National Hockey League's website.
Can you just send me the link of whatever you're looking at?
Brian Burke used to work in the National. What do you...
What's a website?
Well, I want to just get where you're, so maybe I could put it up on the screen so that...
Isn't it on the Game Center? Is it just the game? Or is it
Well, I
just
don't know
that? If you go to Game Center...
Yeah. Yeah,
they're actually, just hit play on that goal. That's
I know
probably
people have had
is that the video you're watching?
issues with their website over the years, but it's actually humming pretty good now. Maddie, it's coming your way here.
Yeah, it's really nice of NHL.com to get a good website in 2023.
Yeah, like it's good for them. You know, it's something there. But
anyway, I couldn't tell if you were watching. Was that? Yeah, Penner's Pancake says third goal was a good shot, but it's one that he probably should have had.
Well, we're saying too with these goalies too over the. I mean, it's early days, but. That save, right? That one, the big one.
Yeah.
Where you go, whoa, like I know good shot, but then you're wanting a better save after.
Well,
that
especially,
great shot.
but at the same time,
I'm not gonna.
You can't turn the puck over on the power play
no.
if you're Connor McDavid in that spot. Connor McDavid, weird little collision there too with Evander Kane,
and that camera's following him around all night, kind of trying to get a response.
Imagine if somebody else wasn't paying attention and ran into.
Hey,
Connor McDavid. Imagine what he'd be saying about that.
Well,
eh?
yeah.
Look at the hockey sense on this guy. Piece of garbage. So, yeah, that's got to be your EST big moment that happened. Ooh, what's this here?
It's kind of midway through. That replay is kind of midway
No,
through.
but it's... No one heard that. Just as a heads up.
Okay, oh, yeah, messing with us here.
Well, no, because anything that plays on my computer, you guys will still hear.
Oh, well, that's a fun game.
Inside baseball.
I haven't sent it to everyone yet, so not everyone hears. So
okay,
heads up.
Okay, that's good. All right, let's get to your super stat of the night, buddy. What are you looking at here?
Super stat of the night. Well, no shots for Connor McDavid. I mean, in games such as this, when they were, I mean, I'm not looking for super in a positive sense, but super in such a sense where you're like, whoa, this is.
I didn't believe it. Like when I first heard it last night, I was watching the. I was watching the post-game show, and I think it came up in the nasty chat last night, or somebody tweeted at me, and it was like 0 shots from McDavid. I was like, well, that's got to be false.
Yeah, get out of here.
Connor McDavid, 0 shots in an NHL hockey game? What is this, child's play? And sure enough, 0 shots for Connor McDavid last night.
It's just something
my super stat would probably be something negative. Let me just see if anything really stood out on Philly last night. I don't think anything really stood out on Philly either. I mean, I guess Carter Hart, if you're looking at super stats of the night, Carter Hart rolled out a 9.57. Now, he wasn't tested, especially in the third bloody period. Like, how you're 1-2 on the year, you're coming off a nice game against Nashville. How in the world do you not show up in the third period of that hockey game? Like they were going through the motions, down a couple of goals. It made no sense to me the way that they, against a really, really good elite team that can dictate the play, sure. They just sealed one away from you. This is the Philadelphia Flyers, man. Go look at that roster. The average hockey fan knows maybe half of the guys on that team. And in the fourth period of that game, or the third period of that game, you had 4 shots. And then you can come out after and you can say, oh, it just was unacceptable. Not working hard enough. That doesn't mean anything. I almost swore. That doesn't mean anything.
19 blocks to 6.
A no-show.
Flyers, 19-6.
A no-show.
It's tough hockey.
In the third period of that hockey game. Do we have that goal? All right, let's try to see this goal.
We've never done this before, so
all right, well,
we're going to give this a try, really.
So
here. This is what... Is it still there?
Yeah, I think so.
There we go. Let's try this.
Setting up, they were moving. It looked like they had it going. Connor McDavid.
Bad turnover.
And what an incredible pickoff by Couturier. And you know what? I expected him to ice the puck. Instead, backhand shot. And you know what? I expected him.
The only thing I can think of there on that goal with Campbell, where maybe it's one he wants back, is that he's not necessarily 100% square to the shooter. Like, see where that shot's coming from? And see where his shoulders are pointed? His shoulders are more pointed. like towards that middle Philadelphia Flyer
Yeah.
than where that shot's coming from. And that must have been what opened up the space for him, because he should be a little bit more to his right. But see where he is now? Let's play this game. Back it up, Matty. Back it up.
You need old Hickory here.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, now let it run. Let it run. I need a Telestrator, so just like my buddy Suits. It looks like he should have turned or should have been facing the shooter a little bit earlier. That must have been where that space came from. Nice job, Matty. Nice job. Hey, we can do this as a segment now, like for the morning after show. Play of the night.
Know something, though? I think we can maybe put it on that TV eventually, too.
Of course we can. Is that TV linked to the internet?
What is? But like, if we have the clip, we could put it up beforehand.
And then we could just go.
Do we want to try this now?
And we could bring in Old Hickory.
Should we try this?
We need old Hickory. Old
Where's
Hickory.
my conch pen?
Oh.
I can point to it with the feather. If you full screen that'll probably work. Look at us. There we go. Let's break this down. Maddie, stop it. All right. All right, Maddie, back it up. Back it up. Let's begin. Okay, so here's what we're looking at, basically. First of all, that can't happen. Everybody in the world knows that if the lanes over here is covered, he's going to have to go back to news. So wait. Stop it. Back it up. Back it up. We can't. Okay, so I don't know. To me, he's not. See right there? See this? Right there. He's still there. The shot's coming from over here. So that's.
Speak into the mic.
I'm trying to reach and speak. So he's not. He should be a little bit more over this way. Like, I don't know if he's trying to think like there's going to be a plane of pass here, but this guy's fully committed to shooting, and he's not turned enough. He's not square to the shooter, which is why I guess that gets through short side. Run it. Run it. Yeah, that must have been what happened. Hey, that was fun. That was fun. I like doing that.
You've been learning from Suits a bit. That's the same type of, right? The cadence, your whole...
Except the TV, apparently. I'm doing this all live. I don't care.
Yeah, of course. The show's
picture's not great because for the logos, we lower it.
Oh, lower the res.
So I'm wondering if...
A classic setup.
If I fix this up, it'll be better.
You're turning the brightness up?
Well, it was off.
We have a zero tint.
Yeah, because it looked better before.
RCN in the nasty chat goes, it's Howie Meeker.
Let's try the casting again.
You want to try it again?
Well, I just want to see how it looks because I never get to see it.
Do you need to break it down again? Hey,
I don't need to break it down.
Can we do the
you could keep talking. It's just whatever's behind you.
Can we do the second goal next? I want to get to the second goal so we can talk about Bouchard along the wall.
Oh, boy.
Does that look better?
Well, I'm just waiting for it to get on the YouTube. Because YouTube's a little behind us. No, that looks worse. Looks way worse.
Well, we're good for now. Anyway, that's okay. We still got more stuff to get to in the morning after show. But this is a nice little wrinkle, isn't it? It's a nice little wrinkle. This one's in. I like this. Us to this new segment from the Nasty Chat.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
Sheldon S. says, like a regular Madden. That's I like that too. All right, we're back in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio. Fourth star of the hockey game last night. Rick, what are you going with?
Would be Atkinson, Tippett, Hart.
Atkinson did have a nice game.
Well, looky, what I have for you here. Can I do a joint fourth star?
First of all,
CC and Nurse.
Looky. Oh, my God. What I got for you.
CC and Nurse.
+1 on the evening.
Oh, God.
No,
That's false advertising.
I just. Fourth star. Kane had 5 shots.
Nope.
Not having that either.
No, I mean, Evander Kane needs to do better.
I'm trying. Hyman got the goal. Let's.
Give it to Zach. I like Zach Hyman.
We've said before, on a night where it's a black sky and there's no stars in it, you can just go to Hyman, right?
Yeah, Zach Hyman. Zach Hyman's that clock that's ticking, and then, even when it breaks, it's still right twice a day.
He's the Caliente Greyhound track of this roster.
38th star of the game last night. It has to be Evan Bouchard. Like, I honestly think before every single shift, the training staff should grab his wrist and check it for a pulse. Like, it's just, he is way too lackadaisical. And I'm starting to, I think he's a brilliant mind. I think offensively, he's got ridiculous instincts. I even think from a awareness, like a defensive awareness situation, he's better than it comes across as. But from a straight up oomph and give a you-know-what level, it's just not there yet. It's been there sporadically throughout his career. It certainly wasn't there last night. And you have to start to wonder if that's just who he is. Like, is he just a ridiculous offensive defenseman who can't generate any jam defensively? Like, there has to be some sort of level of emotion or intensity. I think other defensemen like Struddy or somebody would say, plays the game in a rocking chair back there. Like, really, but that's not going to work sometimes. For example, last night, it was tough. Not even Ekholm can save the Bouchard performance last night. And after Bouchard got beaten on the wall, you can't have Atkinson get the position that he got right at the edge of the crease. Smack dab, just sitting right there.
He's an old man. What do you want? Is somebody suggesting you sit him?
You're not going to sit him.
No.
But honestly, like, next time before he goes out, say, hey, Bouch. And then when he turns around, hit him with the water ball in the face. Like, give him a spray. Like,
again, I think you saying something. Checking for the pulse, texter saying sit him. I mean, this is where we are, right? You're not going to go through those actions, but however many games in, right? 4 games in. This is what we're talking here. Pulse, checking the pulse. When's American Thanksgiving?
We got a long time. We got a long time to go there.
Did you want that second goal?
Look at this tech guy. Yeah, sure.
If we had the first one, so okay.
Yeah, let's see.
We'll do it this way.
Let's take a peek here. This is the second goal. This is a breakdown on a number of different levels that simply can't happen.
Around and McDavid and Kane both go down. And McDavid's going to flex that left knee.
But Bouchard had it. Like, he had it. He doesn't play it. They cut to a horrible timed replay of Connor McDavid going off the ice. So we're not even going to see the issue with Bouchard there. My goodness, who was producing this game last night? I know it's McDavid, but there's something happening along the boards.
Look at those people. So happy.
Here we are. Look, he has it. Bobbles. Lets the guy walk right around him. And then Ekholm's just late getting there. Atkinson's waiting for it. No chance for Jack Campbell on that goal. So there's a couple of breakdowns.
That cut to McDavid is like one of those, like, scene missing, and then all of a sudden puck in the back of the net.
Yeah,
like, what the hell?
I know.
He's ready to clear
I know
the
you always
zone,
want to have like a McDavid cam, but that was a tough time to cut away. Anyway, your thoughts on Bouchard? Like, let's have this conversation on Bouchard here. Does it ever? There's a great player there already. He could do what he did last night and still put up 60 points this year. Definitely over 42 and a half, which we're going to totally cash at CoolBet. But is there ever a time where you're like, man, I really like the edge to Bouchard's game? Did you guys see Bouchard last night? He was really punishing. He's not a small dude. Like, Bouchard's got a decent enough size to him to physically play a slightly different game in the National Hockey League. I don't know. What say you? Hit us up, Nasty Chat. 780-218-9999. Because it's I don't know, it's a little concerning. To me, that's a little concerning. Now, it's a 1-3 start, and we can say here this morning, it's just 4 games. It's just 4 games. When does it's just blank games? When does that not work anymore?
We're 2 into the 80 game season, correct? By my math,
it's a 78-game season. That starts on Saturday at home against the Winnipeg Jets.
Against the Jets, an all-Canadian
clash. If they play the way they played last night, the Jets are going to walk them. It's that simple. Have to play better. But when do we say, like, I would think, could you get away with, it's just 8 games. There's still a good chunk left. It's just 8 games. If they're 3-5 through the first 8 games, could we say, it's just 8 games, don't worry about it? Or is it 10 games? Are we past that point? Is 4 games the limit?
I think with this team as well, in certain games, you can see them. They do turn on at times, right? They can score goals in bunches, but there would be a concern. I mean, you mentioned it. Would he dropping F-bombs already? That's and you're telling me, and you're telling me that it's calm and it's nice to get smacked around a bit, and Kane mentioning in his availability and all that. Like, it's a bit of a lackadaisicalness to it all already, and I just if you're in a window, so we think they are. I said earlier, before the 80-game season, during the 82-game season is a little too loose. And now we're hearing F-bombs.
Early in the year.
Before the 78-game season
starts.
So
early in the year for an F-bomb. The first ever F-bomb from Woody.
So you can't tell us that nothing's wrong or there's no problems. Obviously, they're feeling a bit of a pinch.
We have Woody's post, right? We can get to we'll get to Jay Woodcroft's post game here, and then we got the local spin coming up.
The F-bomb I don't have cut out, I don't think.
Can you fade it down just quickly? Or I'll just say, Woody, when he says the F-bomb.
Yeah, it's pretty early, isn't it?
I can try to censor it live, too.
Okay.
Just a sec. Let me hang on. Let me bring up Adobe. I've got
Wait, if you tell me about where it is.
No, here, you know what? We'll figure it out, and I'll just hit this
I like the game.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Wait, there's like a sensor on your board.
No, there isn't.
No way.
It's not a sensor on
this.
the board. What is this? What? How'd you messing around with this yesterday?
What's he doing?
What are you doing? Oh.
Oh boy.
Okay, good. We have a censor button.
You've created a
All right, let's do it. Let's try it.
Yeah, I was looking at that yesterday, and I saw that there was pre-existing ones on there.
What's this one do? It says large robot. That sounds cool.
Are you hearing anything? I'm not hearing anything. No.
Oh. It's weird. I can hear the sensor one, but I can't hear the rim shot one. That's bizarre. Oh, well, the only one we need
Did the other ones work?
So yeah, it's strange. The other ones are no, they're there.
You got a full sensor button.
Okay, we're good. Let's do it.
Oh, hold down the other button. Oh, no, maybe not.
No, that's weird. Anyway, we only need the sensor. Okay, let's do this. Jay Woodcroft's post game last night.
Come down to work ethic.
Well, certainly we didn't live up to what our standard of work ethic is tonight. I thought the goals against that we gave up tonight were 3 of them were off our stick. The first 3 were on our tape and we didn't execute. There are plays that can be made. They weren't made. We have a standard that we play towards, and we didn't meet it tonight.
Warren called the work ethic unacceptable. Do you agree with that? Warren Fogle called it unacceptable.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
It's been probably 4 games that you felt that way. Certainly, nobody was happy about the first game. I mean, that's half the season. I know it's early, but you feel like it's becoming a bit of a concern for you guys the way that you're competing.
You know what? I thought our game lacked urgency today. I thought, I didn't see second and third effort in all areas of the game from up and down our lineup. Not to our standard. As I said to Tony, we play towards a standard and wasn't there for us tonight, and that's disappointing. It's going to have to get fixed quickly here.
Is this a team that thinks we got all the skill in the world? We don't have to work hard.
I don't think so. I think we're past that point. I think sometimes younger teams at different life stages might feel that way if they have a bunch of skill and that they can go and earn 2 points just based on their skill level. I think where we're at in our life stage of our team, we should know better. We've been in a lot of playoff wars. We've gone through some adversity here over time that isn't always fun to go through. And we know we have a recipe or a standard that we need to play towards, and we're falling short. We're falling short right now. We have better. We have to show it.
Let me ask you this. Is this a team that knows that the real games, they're coming down the road? It's about April and May and June, and maybe they're taking a while to get their foot in the pedal here.
Yeah. I don't see that. I live in the moment, and that's kind of been our mantra here, is that we want to take care of our day. Well, we haven't taken care of our days. We haven't done a good enough job taking care of our days. Our belief is that if you take care of your enough days, you're ready for when the bullets fly in April, May, and June. Right now, we are, we're not at the level we need to be at, and that is on all of us. We can't afford to let games get washed away here, because the points that are on the table here tonight that we let get away from us, they count the same as the ones in the last 2 weeks of the season during April.
Amen. Yes, they do. By the way, I think people said we hit the sensor. We nailed it.
Well, it shouldn't have.
We were pretty excited about, though. Did we get the censor?
Unless maybe
Matt, you said
maybe
you didn't think we played the censor.
Well, maybe Trev had it bleeped out earlier. I'd have to go back and listen.
Oh.
Because our mics were off.
But was this
hope
on?
so.
But it's all comes through the same board.
I thought I nailed it, though.
You nailed it because we
could. People in the chat being like, "You guys nailed it."
We could hear it ourselves, and I think you nailed it. But our mics weren't active for the on air, so maybe Trev knew about it and took it out.
You know what I do find interesting about that post-game clip, though, is when we had that Oilers media golf tournament, the two things that Jay Woodcroft said that they were going to kind of be focused on the year so that they didn't kind of get sucked into the hype train. And he mentioned they both came up there again when he said, basically he said they're going to be focused day to day and win the day. And he mentioned, getting through days there. And then the standard. That was another thing he said. It was about one day at a time, and then the standard that they have to play up to, and the standard that they hold themselves to. And he mentioned there again that they're not living up to that standard. So, tough game. Tough game against Philly. Guys, didn't hear the censor button. It was just quiet when he swore. Oh, that's okay.
Well, got it out.
So that worked out. Whatever happened, happened. And you didn't hear Woody say a bad word, and your kids didn't have their lives ruined because of it. Brad from Crossfield's in. When you order a club sandwich and you get a club wrap.
Not to our standard, yeah, certainly.
Okay, that's what this thing does. It puts filters on it to turn it into robot noise. How do we turn... Okay, there. Wait a second. Let me try this again. When you order a club sandwich, you get a club wrap.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
Okay,
No,
and
do
now
the
let's
robot
hear.
again, please.
Now let's hear robot Woody.
Not to our standard, yeah, certainly. Not good enough.
Wow,
Excuse my language.
That's wild. So that's what I'm. What's this do? Oh, that's just supposed to play chimes. Anyway, we are learning with
Man,
the
if
new
we
tech
opened
here.
a new, yeah, you're
This is gonna change the game.
flying high.
I got a megaphone one. Let's see what megaphone does.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
I don't mind megaphone. I feel like we could use megaphone for a few things. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? I had no idea when it starts robot voice. I was like, what is this? What's voice disguise? I've got voice disguise. Let's try this too. Uh-oh.
Not to our standard, yeah.
Deep news
filter.
Live deep news filter. What the hell? How are we just learning this?
Do you have availability last night? Just run the whole thing.
You know, if you put your mic right into that too, I think it would play that way.
You think if I talk
like
right
I
now?
think that's what it's sent for. That if we put your mic through that board.
Oh, if our mics came through here,
Yeah.
if I wanted to go deep news, we could do. Oh, man. That's a game changer right there. God. Deep Woody.
Not to our standard.
Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
All right. Well, probably shouldn't have learned that today. On a Friday. Let's see what happens. Anyway, so this is a cool little board. We're gonna have that. Must be why it's so bloody expensive. You can do a lot of cool things on there. That's great. All right, so Oilers lose. Your reaction: 780-218-9999. 780-218-99. That is the Paris Jewelers inbox, and of course in the nasty chat as well. And yeah, we'll see if we can take that deep voice one. The voice disguise thing is that's huge. That's a huge one.
Big
for
day on the
us.
show. Big day on the show.
Oh, yeah. No, this is a very important day here now, I think. So that's good. All right, let's get into your local spin for United Sport and Cycle. Take a look at what's happening on the local scene this weekend. If you got anything going on, your kid playing a game or something, or Nate's, McEwen, let us know. Let us know what's happening locally here. And it's all for United Sport and Cycle. The local spin. Get out locally and support your local sports. United Sport and Cycle has been doing it for over 95 years. The United Sport and Cycle breakaway hockey sale is on now. How about this deal? Save up to 35% off on hockey gear. Save up to 35% off from now until November 1st on all that hockey gear, and they got a lot of it. down to United Sport and Cycle. Go down and see Kelly. See Barry. He's one of my favorites. Barry's an absolute beauty. If you go to United, you know Barry. And he's one of my favorite people in the city. Like, if I had time to spend more time with people as opposed to just, like, working all the time and seeing my family as much as I can, Barry would be on the list. I'd like to go for a list.
Barry's up on the list.
Barry would go up on the list. I like Barry.
Yeah, you slide him higher than Suits, or where are we at here?
Oh, my goodness. Now you're putting him up against arguably my best
you're
friend in the whole
talking him
world?
up.
That's wild.
Outside of my family,
wild.
Barry's the guy, and Glenn Suiter's just kind of sitting around.
Yeah. Local spin this weekend. Oil Kings in action on Sunday.
Well, the Oil Kings, yeah, they'll round out a 6-game homestand against the T-Birds, Seattle Thunderbirds, on Sunday. Oil Kings shut out by the Rebels a couple of days ago, but yeah, they'll wrap up that 6-game homestand Sunday. Do believe puck drop around 4 o'clock, kind of mid-afternoon, not too late in the evening. So if you want to take the kids out, have a nice Sunday afternoon / evening. Thunderbirds, Oil Kings, Sunday, Rogers Place.
University of Alberta Golden Bears, they are at home tonight against the Dinos, and then it'll be the Pandas at home tomorrow against the Dinos in your classic U of A home and home with those bastards down south.
That's hockey. On the highway.
That's the football team's on the road. We're gonna get to the football team.
But just making
sure. Golden Bears hockey. Claire Drake tonight.
When you say Golden Bears Pandas, it can mean a lot of different sports.
That's true.
Pointing out that it is hockey.
Puck drop at the Drake tonight, 7 o'clock. Yeah.
Puck drop at the Drake, 7 o'clock tonight. The Golden Bears football team also tonight.
We're going to climb up those
on
rankings.
the road in Manitoba, where I will actually be tonight. I wonder if I can convince a few guys to come with me to IG Field.
Who's your color guy this weekend? Is it Suits?
Maddie. Dunnigan's rolling.
Oh, my God.
Dunnigan's rolling in.
How great would it be to watch a football game with Matt Dunnigan?
A U Sport game?
No kidding.
It would be.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous if that happens.
It would be pretty good. I don't know when Maddie gets in, but yeah. Anyway, Matt Dunnigan and I tomorrow on the call, Bombers and Elks. Golden Bears tonight, the most disrespected football team in this entire country right now. I saw some people out east sliding and goes, doesn't matter. Golden Bears aren't even close to the top. I'm like, sure, they're not close to the top. Our issue was, first of all, being 5th, 6th, and 7th is relatively close to the top, and they deserve to be where they are. Our issue here was not the rug, dude. The issue here was the fact that they beat the Huskies twice, and are still 1 spot behind them in the national rankings. And the fact that they're only 1 spot behind them, it's like, well, we can't put the Bears any higher. Can't put the Huskies any lower. So that's where the Bears have to be. Absolutely ridiculous. So that game, road game tonight.
They could literally have just swapped spots.
It doesn't.
That's all it takes.
Of course,
That's all it has to be. They could literally just be reverse spots.
Would be happy. Exactly. Golden Bears basketball take on U of R Cougars this weekend as well. Okay. Golden Bears volleyball take on Thompson Rivers. And then you got Golden Bears soccer and Panda soccer take on University of Lethbridge.
There's my alumni. I did partially go to U of L for 1 year.
Yeah.
And I did have a hoodie from there.
Team jacket. Oh, yeah.
I had a full sweatsuit. I had the pants and the hoodie. And I was very much involved for at least 5 of the 8 months.
Pronghorn for life, eh? That's what they...
Yeah, once a horn, always a horn. I preferred being a Kodiak over at the college after. Community college was more my speed. University sucks. I don't know how many people went to university. Universities are the worst.
Nadukes basketball, both men and women's.
Beautiful.
They're at Concordia University today. So Battle of Edmonton, Friday night. Then tomorrow night, they head to Nate. So Concordia, Nate, men and women's basketball.
Tonight at Concordia, tomorrow.
Double headers both. Women's 6, men are at 8. Nate at Concordia, then Concordia at Nate.
Home and home.
And when you look at McEwen's schedule for home games, their men's hockey teams at home at the downtown community rink as they welcome Manitoba to town.
Beautiful.
As well as the men's basketball tonight are playing host to Trinity Western at the David Atkinson Gym.
So there's a lot of local sport to consume this weekend, which is good. I'm just bringing up the AJ skid. What do we got? AJHL. Spruce Grove. They last played on Wednesday. They won 7-1. Tonight, Spruce Grove home to Okotoks. And Sherwood Park, do they play tonight? I don't think Sherwood Park plays tonight. So, yeah, you got Spruce Grove Saints game tonight as well out in the Grove. Do people call it the Grove? I feel like you probably, if you live in Spruce Grove, somebody let us know if you live in Spruce Grove, Do you say, hey, yeah, I'm from the Grove?
They've got the cheap gas.
Spruce Grove has cheap gas?
Always it's cheaper.
Inside
but
base?
also this week it was like a 109 or something.
109
Yeah.
in the Spruce.
109?
Yeah. Thanks for the delayed reaction.
It took a while to register.
Okay, wait.
You couldn't believe it.
Reset this?
Connor McDavid, no
There's
shot.
pictures of like 2 days ago. Gas in like Spruce Grove was like 109.
At one place?
I don't know.
Or is Spruce Grove becoming like the
Well,
capital
Spruce
of
Grove
low
is
gas?
cheaper than Edmonton. My parents have had west from here quite a bit, and they have to go through Spruce, and they stop there to get their gas.
Really?
Because it's cheaper, yeah.
Wow, that's good to know. We're always giving you great tips on gas here at Edmonton Sports.
Yeah, that's true. That's what we're kind of known for.
Yeah, I know. Tell people, yeah, you know what? From a sports perspective, they're pretty blah. But, man, do they give you the best details on where to get the gas. Strummy to the inbox this morning. My wife, after seeing my manscaping job.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
We're cracking these packs.
You've waited. I mean, we're right up
We
to
did
the
an hour.
Might
We
as
did an
well
hour.
do, you know
We
what
got
I
through
mean?
an hour, right?
Well, we also need to get to, you need to run for your keys right away. Or your phone.
My
Your phone.
You know, it might just be in my jacket pocket. I don't know.
You also have to tie the tie.
Oh, I got to tie the tie still.
so much-
And Mike's on in like 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Oh, well, we got lots to do. All right, what is this? What are we cracking here today?
The CHL.
Get them at Wayne's. Wayne Sports Cards, just north of West Edmonton Mall. Jack Thompson. Come on, give us a big hit here.
Give me an Oil King.
Ozzie Weisblatt. Star rookie, Sam Oliver. Come on, give us an Oil King here.
Look at this Logan Stankoven. Kamloops
Wow,
Blazers.
the
eh?
next step.
Hey, that's
And then the card is designed like steps.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. We got nothing here.
Come on.
We got nothing.
Prince George Cougars. Oh,
No
sure,
Oil
I'll take
Kings.
that. No Oil King?
What is this?
Another
Amateur
Blazer.
hour? How good is that Kamloops Blazers
That's a
logo
sweet card,
jersey?
eh? Stankoven.
Kamloops Blazers jerseys are on point. They always have been. The whites, the blues, they all look absolutely terrific. Just good stuff right there. 780-218-9999. We're having some fun with this Woodcroft clip. Kind of dove into the game and are discussed with it earlier. We'll continue that conversation with Mike Johnson. But if you have a good text or comment, you can get in on the chat here.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
You know, I see some people. We saw it last night in the post-game chat. We see it. I had somebody text me and be like, Dusty, do you think they're trying to get Woody fired? No, I don't think they're trying to get Woodcroft fired. No, I don't think he's going to be fired. I don't think that's a conversation at any point this season. I mean, unless they start the year like 5-24, which they won't. They're going to probably be just fine, but it's okay to watch last night's game and be absolutely sick to your stomach watching it if you're a hardcore Oilers fan. Because that was a disaster. Absolute disaster, start to finish, last night. Now, this one says there will be a trade way before Woody gets fired. Norman the Combine says gas was 121 last night in Spruce Grove. Daniel says they call it the Grove or Spruce. I think if I was from there, I'd say I'm from Spruce.
Spruce.
Spruce sounds...
Instead of the Grove.
Yeah, the Grove sounds very elitist, whereas Spruce sounds blue-collar.
And it's still like the Grove is Spruce Grove. It's too, you might as well just, it's not shortening.
Yeah,
at
that's
all.
right.
You just,
That's right.
Thursday, November 23rd, American Thanksgiving. Better get it straightened out by then.
Yeah, or else we'll have to get Bob McKenzie on to claim that the season's over.
Friday, November 22nd. Oilers, Caps, 1 o'clock.
Watch party. Watch party. Our plan for that day is we're going to set up cameras and we're all going to watch the game on the couches here. And you can watch us watch the game and see that Trev cam and see the reaction of Trev if they end up melting down. So, yeah, hit us up. 780-218-9999 in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Am I going to make the dash?
Oh, you're going to.
I'm going to do the dash?
Yeah, you're a truck guy now.
You're going to have to
It's
fade down the sports music here. After, all right, I have to go
Please
get my
don't
phone.
run it. Don't go too fast.
Part of
right
me
there.
thinks
I don't-
Mike Johnson might be traveling and may have texted me and been like, Dusty, because he was in Florida last night.
Yeah,
So-
so let's get to the sports.
okay,
rewind.
sorry, let's get to a sports rewind with Lieutenant Eric.
Cam Atkinson scored twice. Flyers knocking off the Oilers 4-1. Zach Hyman with the lone goal for Edmonton. The club returns home to host Winnipeg tomorrow night. Other action last night. Busy night in the NHL. Vegas remained perfect on the year. They defeat the Jets 5-3. Pierre-Luc Dubois with a pair. Kings beat the Wild 7-3. Dallas topping Anaheim 3-2. Kraken pick up their first win of the campaign 7-4 over the Hurricanes. Avalanche shut out Chicago 4-0. Boston also remained perfect. They defeat the Sharks 3-1. Flames 4-3 over Buffalo, and the Canucks drop one in Tampa 4-3 to the Lightning. Houston Astros evening the ALCS at 2 games apiece with a 10-3 win over the Rangers. Game 5 goes this afternoon from Arlington. First pitch 3:07. Diamondbacks with a walk-off win over Philly 2-1, trimming Philly's series lead 2-1. Game 4 will go this evening. First pitch 6:07. Travis Etienne ran for a pair of touchdowns as the Jaguars would hang on to defeat the Saints 31-24, kicking off Week 7 in the National Football League. Week 20 in the Canadian Football League will begin tonight. Stamps look to keep their playoff hopes alive in BC. The Elks, meanwhile, will conclude the regular season. They're in Winnipeg Saturday night. Golden Bears and Pandas hockey will play a home-and-home with the Dinos this weekend, beginning tonight at the Drake. Puck drop 7 o'clock. Golden Bears football team are in Manitoba tonight to face the Bisons. Kickoff at 6. Sports Rewind, brought to you by Universal Rewind. Just as F1 teams rely on the box call to ensure their cars remain competitive, your industrial operation can benefit from a proactive approach to maintaining your electric motors. Contact Universal Rewind today to ensure your podium finish.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
.702 on the Nielson Show. Made her back, buddy.
And
I got my phone. Got my phone.
Truck. Where is it?
It was in the truck.
Classic truck.
But you know why it was in the truck? Because there's a great spot right in the middle console that fits your phone perfectly. So I was taking that for a run today. Not my regular spot though, so that's why I was thrown off. But I did all that, and I didn't even have a missed text.
You're so enamored with the gate going up and down when you press the button that you can't pay attention.
Yeah, it's got this tailgate that goes down with the push of a button.
I saw that yesterday. You said, "Be careful."
Yeah, because I didn't want to hit you.
Me. I
didn't want to hit you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gotta close a deal with Park Mazda on this Sierra. How about me? A GMC Sierra. Real fancy truck guy now. We'll see how it goes.
It's a sharp look on you. The Ram was good, but this pops.
Where's my tie?
It's on the floor, I think, next to your meal.
Make sure Fergie doesn't.
Ooh, he's treating that bad.
It's fine. We'll tie it after.
Yeah, tie it after.
We'll get to it later. Okay. We've got lots to get to, actually. We're trying to figure out what the hell went wrong with the Edmonton Oilers last night. We'll get into that. Mike Johnson was working a game last night, I do believe. And I think, did he get back home already? Let's bring in Mike Johnson. Mike, good morning. How you doing, man?
Back home, I am looking at the beach and the
Oh,
ocean rolling up against it.
Really
So I'm
nice.
still in Florida. I am flying out in a few hours.
I believe Eddie and Rubes, you were working with those guys last night, weren't you?
Absolutely, yes. Your CFL boys.
Yeah, they're
Sure.
flying to Winnipeg today. I'm meeting them in Winnipeg tonight. Good dudes, right? Those are great guys.
Solid, good at their jobs. I mean, it's funny because you think that's the director and the producer. If
Yeah.
you're not sure who we're talking about, they do a lot of the CFL big events and then and NHL games for TSN. But like producing football is not the same as producing hockey, and directing football is not the same as directing hockey. And they do both sports really well. So yeah, good guys. They bomb in here, even though they're in the middle of CFL season, and they go right back to the CFL.
Yeah.
No trouble switching streams. Although I'm like, they start talking CFL, I got nothing for them. I don't know anything about it. Got nothing.
Just sit there on your phone, trying to look like you're busy, avoiding the conversation. Let's quickly start with the game that you worked last night. What was the big takeaway for you from that one?
Bobrovsky still has the Leafs number. I mean, he was, what, 954 last year in the playoff series that they beat them. He was 30 of 31 last night. First period, not great for Toronto. That's been a theme. Once again, gave up the first goal every single game. That's happened to them this year. But Bobrovsky made a lot of big saves down the stretch. A 2-1 game. The Leafs are struggling to find their best game for everybody. We know Austin Matthews has been incredible. William Nylander has been incredible. Tavares has been good. Marner's been good. But a lot of the other guys are still trying to work themselves in. Even the guys on those lines, like Tyler Bertuzzi, he didn't play the whole game on that line. And Matthew Nyes and Max Domi, they're all trying to figure out sort of how to play and who they're playing with and how it's going to work. And they're not getting a lot of stuff from anyone else but the big guys. And as good as those players are, you need, and Edmonton knows it all too well.
Yeah.
You need contributions from everyone. It can't just be, well, we have great players, they're great every night. That's enough, because it's not.
NHL analyst Mike Johnson with us here on the show this morning. You were breaking down the Leafs and Panthers, but you could have been saying the same things about the Edmonton Oilers because, you know, the one game that the Oilers did win, McDavid and Draisaitl were great. That Nugent-Hopkins line was outstanding. Outside of that, like, they've got nothing from Kane so far. 5-on-5, they really haven't got anything from anybody outside of the one game that they did win. So very similar. And then last night against Philly, maybe we'll get into Philly here and just see, you know, with Tortorella, maybe we need to start taking them a little bit more seriously. But if you're the Edmonton Oilers last night, I mean, you come out in the third period, you're down a couple of goals, and you get 4 shots on goal and kind of look like you're going through the emotions. Your head coach drops an F-bomb after the game, and things are unraveling here 4 games into the season. It seems really weird, man.
It does. Okay, first off, I played for Tort, so he'll get his guys to play hard.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, at the very least, whatever that old saying is, if talent doesn't work hard, hard work will beat talent, whatever it is. And so you got to work. Even if you're better, you have to work to have a chance against anybody in the NHL. And it's amazing. It's not just Edmonton around the league, Dusty. You think about, like, was it last game? John Cooper and Buffalo said it's kind of a must-win game. I'm like, must-win? We're 5 days in. Like, there's no such thing as a must-win. And you got Rick Tocchet taking a run at his team after they lost to who? Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't like what they saw against Philadelphia. And we know Edmonton has sort of been, you know, tipping into crisis mode because it hasn't gone the way that they thought it would to start the season. And these are all good teams that you'd expect to, you know, be successful this year. And right away, teams are feeling the pressure of how tight they know the standings will be. Now, Edmonton's going to be fine. They're not thinking in those terms yet, but they're thinking about their game and getting it on track. And it's just not happening right now. They're just not beating. They're so dependent off the rush at times that if they don't get service because they don't turn pucks over or because, you know, they're not being able to pass it through the checking, they're having a hard time generating quality looks, and that's an issue. Last night, I will not, like, third goal, Jack Campbell, I'd love a save there. You know, Rister from kind of FR out, but they had a breakaway and 2 backdoor tap-ins. Like, there's nothing he could do, not anything what could do on the other 3. So it's not the goaltender last night. It was their inability to generate. And of all the things we thought we'd be talking about this year, of all the things about the Edmonton Oilers, not generating offense was never on the dartboard anywhere. It wasn't the 10th worst. Like, it was not out there at all. And, you know, they got some work to do.
I mean, Evander Kane, 5 shots. He hasn't registered anything yet this year. Connor McDavid, no shots, which we all had to do.
Which is just unbelievable.
Triple checks this morning to make sure that was a correct stat. But you got the Jets coming tomorrow. Connor Hellebuyck must win tomorrow for the Oilers.
Why not? Like, go with it. Like, John Cooper went with it. Why not? Listen, the Jets are struggling as well, and the Jets you can create against. Like, teams are piling up shots and piling up chances against them. So, you know, I never say it's must win at this time, obviously, but it's more must play better, must show something. Like, if you know, you don't have to win. Connor Hellebuyck could stand on his head and lose, but you'd love to see a step forward in execution and emotion. And if you get that, then the wins will come.
We were trying to figure out this morning, like, so they lose last night, they go to 1-3, and we can still say, you know, it's just 4 games. When do you stop saying it's just blank games? Like, can you
7.
still say 7? Okay.
Yeah.
I like that
Seven's
number.
the number.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
It's the magic number. If you're 1-6, that starts blowing. Like you start thinking about, doing the math. If you need 98 points to make the playoffs, you got to be 16 games over 500. Now you have 70 games left. You got to be 20 games over 500, whatever, 21, 22 games over 500 if you get off to a terrible start. It's possible, but it becomes so much harder. And as everyone around the league is seeing, the easy points are not going to be out there to the same degree this year. That's going to be an issue. So going on big runs and making up big chunks of points in the standings is going to be hard. So yeah, I say 7. And if it's 7, then it's like, okay, well, it's more than maybe some rust, more than whatever.
Yeah, that's a 2-week stretch, right?
Aberration.
That's a 2-week stretch at that point,
10th
right?
of the season, right? So,
yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, so at that point, so they still got a little bit of wiggle room to turn things around. You mentioned Winnipeg's a team that they should be able to.
This is the best. I'm in the hotel, and I'm like, what's going on over here? We got my man in my window.
What is
painting? He's painting the side of the hotel.
Oh man,
he's painting. I thought he was window washing. Wow, he's painting.
I thought he was too, but he's just painting. Apparently.
Ask him if tomorrow's a must-win game.
The window.
Ask him if just tap, say must-win game.
Must-win game tomorrow for the Oilers.
That's a must-win day on the job. You don't want to mess that one up.
Oh, yeah. I could never
up right now.
I could never do anything for work when you have to hang off the side of a building. No chance.
Not even 2 stories.
No.
No.
I don't even like that. Our office is on the 2nd floor. I know. Like you look out the window, you're like, oh my God, what's going on out there? It's a little.
He's harnessed in though. I appreciate safety first. At least he's harnessed in that little trolley he's riding up and down.
Yeah, he's probably very careful on the job, just like Evan Bouchard. We gotta talk about Bouchard because the second goal last night was a really tough look for him. He finishes -3. And we said this morning, like, he's a brilliant offensive mind. His offensive instincts are incredible. I actually think his defensive awareness, like from a hockey sense perspective, is fine because he's a really smart player. But just the intensity in the game, like, does that eventually come, Mike? Or is this just, like, Bouchard's probably going to get 65 points this year. He's probably going to have a great year, but can you coach that intensity into a guy?
No, it's hard. It's hard, right? Like, it's sort of how he's wired. Like, it's the way he carries his body. It's the way he skates. It's, his whole demeanor on the ice. I don't know Evan Bouchard very well, but his demeanor on the ice is one of casual comfort. And
that's a good way to describe it. Casual comfort.
When you have the puck, that's how you want to play, right? You want to feel comfortable. You want to be confident and make plays. When you don't have it, like, there's an element of physicality, and I was not a particularly physical player, but like, you have to be physical around the puck to get it back or to prevent the other team from doing what they want to do, no matter how good you are. And you're right. Any player who's good offensively should be efficient enough defensively because they can think what they want to do with the puck. They don't have to, they understand it on the other side of it, so they can react. So it's hard. Like John Klingberg here in Toronto, he's the same way. He's awesome with it, but without it, you're like, I want to see you bend your knees more and like drive into someone. Like, it's just so summer hockey vibes. Even, of course, they're trying their hardest. So I don't know if you're going to see a whole bunch more than that. I could go down the list, 1,000 guys that were both really good and not good. Thomas Caberlet, I played with him my whole career. Really good player. He was a guy who was, he looked that way when he played as well. Never really changed. Had a fantastic career. Won a Stanley Cup. But just, I don't think that would be something that 2 years in, he's like, okay, I guess I got to do this now, because he's been very successful doing it the way he has.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That's one young guy of this team. The other guy who's actually played pretty consistently so far in a third-line role, he's been confident enough to try to create some things this year, is Dylan Holloway. Now, he's played better than some of the guys who are more elevated in the lineup than him. However, I don't think the last thing you want to do is when you've lost 3 of your first 4, be like, oh, you know what's going to fix things? Let's put this kid up in the top 6 and see if he can get going. Like, that's not fair to him. I'm not sure it's an answer, but I guess I would ask, how do you approach things with Holloway when he just looks a lot more comfortable in the league this year than he did last year, but at the same time, you don't want to heap too much on him. So how do you find that fine balance?
I mean, I think it's a function of baby steps with him, making sure to take care of his sort of confidence in his bubble that he's operating in on the team, while also addressing what you think the needs of the team are. And if the team needs to get it together, then maybe you bump him up earlier than you otherwise would. But you don't, like, if he's starting to get it, starting to figure it out, he's starting to get confident, you don't necessarily want to put him up there and say, okay, now go play with Draisaitl on the second line and make sure they score.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, he's always like, well, maybe that's on me. And then I'm going to get moved back down. And all of a sudden his confidence takes a hit when he's done nothing wrong. Coaches are always juggling this, how do we satisfy ice time, development, wins, egos, confidence, all these different things. And you have to be more aware of it when you're dealing with a young player. So I would say, no, not yet. But around game 7, if they're not getting what they need, then, all bets are off. You do whatever you got to do.
If they're 2-5 or 1-6 through 7 games, we're saying Mike Johnson says it's time for Dylan Holloway to slide up into the top 6.
Say panic time. Get it going. That's it.
MJ, safe travels wherever you're heading, buddy, and we'll catch up next week.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend.
There you go. That's Mike Johnson, NHL analyst, with somebody painting right outside of his room.
It's pretty cool, hey?
Yeah. I wonder, is he staying in a junk hotel and they're trying to fix it up a bit? Or is he staying in a fancy hotel and that's a complete waste of money?
One of those ones where you can't open the window. Like, I don't have even a conversation with the guy.
That's what it is.
Nice hotels, to stay nice, you got to upkeep it.
Maintenance.
So.
Mr. Lean is activated today. I like this.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I was not this morning.
No, but how'd you kick in? All of a sudden, you just kicked in.
I don't know.
He doesn't even know.
I don't know.
But it was an early 6:20 something.
I am mad at the Oilers.
Mad?
Why?
I had a 3-0 week going with Mr. Lean.
Oh yeah, you were cruising.
I had New Mexico State winning a Conference USA game.
Yeah, and then the Oilers blow it. Tough pill to swallow. We'll get to that in a little bit. We'll get to that in a little bit here. The Cool Bet Hotline of the day. Interesting with Mike Johnson what he said there about Bouchard. That's just who he is.
What was that term? The casual
casual comfort.
Casual comfort.
He plays the game with a level of casual comfort, which is, it's how if you watch him, you would say Bouchard looks very casual and comfortable.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's going to put up 65 points this season, but he's going to have nights like last night where you're like, what the hell are you doing?
Too much Mr. Mike's.
You think that's what it is?
Lay off the Mr. Mike's early birds here, Bouch.
Kevin in the nasty chat today. Sub 900 save percentages on the goalie. None of the goals were impossible saves. Everyone is so traumatized that they don't even know what a solid goalie looks like anymore. Disagree.
Traumatized.
I'm sorry, man. You got to redirect right on the doorstep. That's not on Jack Campbell. The third one, we broke it down earlier in the 6 o'clock hour. Better than anywhere you're going to find. That one, I didn't think he was square enough to the shooter. Breakaway. The little pick play that opened up the mini 2-on-1, they executed that very nicely. If you think last night's game, and look, we're just as hard on goaltenders. I'll rip a goalie. Love ripping a goalie. But if you think last night's game is on Jack Campbell, you, sir, are crazy. You're nuts. That game's not on Jack Campbell last night. The team in front of him was piss poor. Simple enough.
Tortorella.
They got Tortorella.
Well, no, but McDavid doesn't have a shot, right? And what was the shots third period? 17-3, 4?
Last night's game was probably one of the most ineffective games of Connor McDavid's career.
So
now he's going to bounce back, put up 5 points against the Jets. But Connor McDavid was very meh last night, which I don't know if I have ever said in 7 or 8 years or whatever it is.
And I think you want to keep the term bounce back away from him as much as possible, right? You don't want nothing, and then he's going to bounce back. You want a little bit of consistency would be nice.
You can't survive throughout a season on the bounce back.
No.
This team's going to bounce back. Well, you shouldn't be in a situation where you need to bounce back all the time.
That's what casual comfort people say. That's what they use. Bounce backs.
Bounce backs.
That's not going to win you a cup.
All right, what do you got? Hit us up in the nasty chat or at 780-218-9999. We are having a little bit of fun with the Woodcroft clip. If you can't tell me that this team's not frustrated 4 games in, or if you can't see it, then you sir need to open your eyes and ears, because right now there's a little bit of frustration, I would think. And obviously we're going to have a little bit of fun with this because at least they're great text messages. But
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
What a nice guy, though. right? To say, excuse my language. I'm the head coach of the Oilers. I know people will probably love it, but he's still, excuse my language.
It's
I'm
the
a nice
coach
guy.
putting on his shoulders saying he can be better as well, right? With the post game, it starts from him, works its way out.
780-218-9999. What do you got on the game last night? And if you have any good text messages for the Woodcroft clip, we can do that as well. Where's all the nerds that hate Nurse but wanted to give Bouchard 8x8 now? Ooh, nerds being called out.
Take your side.
That's always tough. Guys, I'm beginning to think the Oilers traded away the wrong D to get Ekholm. Maybe they should have kept Barry, whose defensive lapses were never as bad as Bouchard's first 4 games. The trade part of that's a hot take. The second part of that, he is right. Barry's defensive lapses weren't as bad as Bouchard's worst defensive lapses, right?
And we all know he can bring the offense.
In regards to Bouchard, you're asking a poodle to be a pit bull when asking him to have an edge. That one in from Vic. Bouchard taking some heat here. Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-9999. Wheels has entered the nasty chat. Good morning, boys. I had a very bad night last night.
Come on, dude.
My Saints lost. The Oilers lost. The Oilers didn't show up. Good thing was that Toronto lost. The answer to the Oilers' problem? Toby Reeder.
Clean it up, Wheels. And yeah. Speaking of not showing up, you didn't even show up to the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge for us last night.
Who didn't show up now?
You didn't show up, Wheels. You.
All right, so I tie Fergie's tie. I'm trying to think because I usually do it in the mirror.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be tough when it's not in the mirror, boys. I'm not going to
Just look at the camera.
Yeah, the camera's too far away. All right, let me tie Fergie's tie here. We'll show you. So Fergie gave us these RCMP ties, and I have tried. And then he said he's going to show me how to tie a tie. I'm tying ties all year long. You don't
even need a mirror. You don't even need a mirror.
How short this tie is. Look, I got no tail on this thing. Look how short this thing is right here. And and this is the problem here.
Just do a half Windsor.
A half Windsor. What am I on, a grade 9 basketball
team?
national
broadcast. I never do the full.
Come on, man. You're killing me here.
I never touch the full.
I think I'm doing this, aren't I? This is a nice look at this. This is the tie that Fergie wants me to wear on TSN tonight.
His Dilberty.
Are you kidding me?
He's kind of Dilberty.
Fergie, what are we talking about, bud?
Can I see the tie?
What, now you're going to tie the tie?
Yeah, I want to see what I could do.
Oh, my God, Maddie. You have a different body type than me. This
yeah,
tie
I
will
know.
probably
I have to
look
give
fine
extra
on you.
slack. I have
Half
to give it
Windsor.
extra slack.
It's too short. It's too short. That's the tie Fergie wants me to give back to him. That's the tie Fergie wants me to wear alongside my good friend Suits and Matt Dunnigan. And Dwayne when he gets to come out west. Can't do it.
Just toss
I
Dwayne
just
in there
can't
too,
do it.
yeah.
Let's see. Mr. Lean's going to try to put on the tie here. Now, if you only do one wrap, then maybe, but I like to have it double wrapped. Oh, man, he's struggling. You're doing it backwards, right? Because it's not in the mirror. I told you, it's tough tying in the mirror. All right, we'll get to your cool bet hotline today here. Maddie's going to tie that tie, and then we'll maybe get a look at it and see if he tied it any better. But go with the single Windsor. The single Windsor looks sloppy on TV. I like it to look uniform. The single Windsor's always got it's a little oomph one way or the other. You can't do it. I don't think that's going to work.
It's like the puffy shirt of ties. This is
look at the tie that I'm wearing.
You'll never call a game again.
Yeah, see, Maddie, you look good, but now you're giving it to me.
Yeah.
What is this?
Now put that on.
Is that just a single? Look at this though. What is this?
We're not
Well,
looking at that,
just
though.
put it on.
That's off camera.
I did it quickly here.
Hey.
You gotta take the glasses off.
I know. Let me do this. All right, there. How's that?
Hey.
Now tie it up, tighten it. You'll get more slack.
Yeah, that's true.
What is this? Not. You can't. It won't tighten. Oh, there we go.
And now, how far does it go?
Oh, that looks really nice.
Oh, I could probably pull this off. I guess if I keep it, Manny, good tie job. How's it look here? How's it look here? Does it look good?
Looks really good. Yeah.
I might just.
Looks like you can call a CFL game.
I'm gonna wear this the rest of the show. Actually, I'm not going to take it off till tomorrow afternoon.
You just need to tighten it a little bit to frame it a little better, I think. But no, it's there.
All right. Fergie, you still want it back? Are you still taking it back from me, Fergie?
Oh, boy. You're ready to give it back.
No, I'm going to wear this tie.
It's very professional.
Do you think this will go good with a black suit? I think it'll look good with black
Everything
suit.
looks good in a black suit.
I know.
Like, that's one of those
That's why
things
I got
that
a
you
couple
can't
real
go
nice
wrong.
black
Like,
suits,
what
yeah.
type of shirt do you have? Just white?
The white shirt.
Yeah, you're set. You can wear anything at that
Like,
point.
I'm gonna look real good tomorrow.
And I think
Real
on
good.
TV that'll come across.
It'll
well.
pop. That's what they say. It'll pop. All right, let's get to your Cool Bet hotline of the day. If you want to ride with us, we do it all at Cool Bet. CoolBet.com. Use the code LOCKSHOP. When you sign up, you'll get a 100% deposit bonus on your initial deposit up to 200 smackaroos. In the third hour of the show, by the way, Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week, and we're going to give you our 5 finalists for the label contest for the 6 o'clocker lager. Wait till you see these logos. It's phenomenal stuff. We're becoming very professional. Outside of that last tie segment here, Mr. Lean, what are you looking at tonight, buddy?
Well, because it is a Friday, I don't look at tonight. I do look at the weekend, and I'm looking to tomorrow.
Oh,
return of Premier League action, baby.
Premier League.
Which, by the
finally,
way,
enough of that international
I have
break.
to say, congratulations on an amazing career by Christine Sinclair. It sounds like she's
Yes.
looking like to retire.
Yeah.
She
Just
hung the
dropping that on
cleats.
Instagram,
Just
eh?
dropping that.
No farewell
Ultimate
tour.
goat.
or
Ultimate
anything.
goat. Like, it doesn't matter gender. No better international goal scorer in soccer football history. No one has scored more international goals, men or women, than Christine Sinclair. Like, just straight up, even Americans, all of that, Ronaldo, Messi.
Oh, so you're not even talking just Canadian.
She is the all-time leading goal scorer international football, period.
Huge shout out.
And her career, it's much like, I don't want to say started in Edmonton, but largely that under 19 or even 2002, that event that was here in Edmonton, she was a big part of that. Her career starting, kind of kicking off there, moving forward. So a great career. But I am looking at the footy. There's a big rivalry. One, you've got a big rivalry.
Huge game.
Liverpool, Everton
Yeah.
at Anfield.
Yep.
You guys should have that. But it's the Northwest London Derby. You've got Chelsea, Arsenal coming up tomorrow morning. Arsenal, the big win over Man City a couple weeks ago. Chelsea, Arsenal's plus money. Plus 129 for the win. Because
That's Stamford Bridge.
yeah. I'll take Arsenal in that one easily. Plus 129.
Not a
If
bad
I'm
shout.
looking for a lean this weekend, I'm liking the way Arsenal's playing, their form, as people would say. And, Arsenal to beat Chelsea plus 129.
That Brighton Man City
That is
match
my
as
lean.
well. I'm kind of
Just a lean.
That's going to be an
though.
interesting one. That's going to be an interesting one.
Just a lean. Not going to play it. Like, just lean.
Everything I do is a lean.
That's true. That's why you're Mr. Lean. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not Mr. Play It sometimes. You're Mr. Lean.
Patty's messing with me.
Patty on the pitch.
Greg Wire, yeah. Well, he goes EST parlay for tomorrow. U of A, Elks, and Oilers are all in action, and we can't put the Elks in there at all.
Well, no, but the Golden Bears play today.
I know, but there still could be a parlay.
Guess what? It's my cool bet hotline of the day. University of Alberta Golden Bears.
What are you doing?
I'm taking them on the -9.5.
You're taking the spread.
I'm taking the spread.
Wow.
Listen, there's a couple of reasons here. Take a seat. If you're driving, listen up. First place in Canada West. When they played Manitoba earlier in the year, Manitoba's 3-3 on the year. Golden Bears are 5-1. First place should be rated higher. There's this level of disrespect now for the Golden Bears where, you might be first in Canada West, but nobody's giving you the respect you deserve. So what do? You go out and you lay a bare butt spanking on a team that you already beat by 21 earlier in the year. Now, if you look at Manitoba, they played UBC, who are one of the elite in Canada West, got destroyed by like 36 or 40 or something. They played Alberta, who's first, lost by 21. And then they played the Huskies, who we all know are just a bunch of frauds this year, and only lost to the Huskies by 3. So to me, this lines up nicely for the Golden Bears to go out, make a statement to the nation by going out to Winnipeg, pumping the Manitoba Bisons, already beat them by 21 at home. I like the Golden Bears -9.5 tonight. I also love the fact, after doing Golden Bears for so many years, that I get to sit here today and say I'm betting on the Golden Bears -9.5. And you know who has my back on this? Future Nielson Show guest, regular Bob Stauffer.
as the Oilers are flying back to Philly, he's actually taking a different flight to the home of U Sport to yell at them about the ranking.
Yeah, and then after that, Kate's is chartering him in to Winnipeg to watch the game with me at IG Field tonight. So yeah, let's do it. Let's show the Golden Bears some support. -9.5 tonight for your cool bet hotline of the day.
Can I build a little EST Sports parlay on Pat Gregoire's thing there?
Mr.
I'm just going to throw this one out there. I want your thoughts on this.
Parlay building machine.
I want your thoughts on this.
Okay.
We take your
Give me some thoughts.
U of A
Yeah.
-9.5.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
9.5.
I mean, if we're doing a parlay, we could just take a money line, but
Okay,
it's kind of lame.
the Oilers,
It's -370.
what would you take for the Oilers? Just straight money line?
Can we trust the Oilers? First of all, Hustler's going to be in the building tonight.
Well, I got a
Will
story
they-
about Huss.
What?
A story? Does
What
it
is-
involve
what
Mr.
is
Ritz
this?
Cracker?
Well, I'll get to that right away. But
I'm
so what
obsessed
would
with
you
that
take
guy.
for the Oilers then? Because I think I got something for the Elks.
Okay.
Because I'm not touching the Elks points or money line or anything against the Bombs.
Okay.
No chance.
Whoa, okay. So, let's
the
just
Elks
say Oilers
are-
money line.
Okay.
Let's go Oilers money line.
Elks over under is at 18.5.
Team total over, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, I
and
like
that's
that too.
-115. If you take the Elks over 18.5 points, you take the Bears money line, Oilers money line.
It's not going to be a huge number, but it'll be a number.
Well, then do you want to switch to the Bears spread?
Patty, I don't know if we can do this for university sports, but can we move the Bears to 6.5? If we can take the Bears down to 6.5 and then get Oilers money line and Elks over 18.5, I'm fully supportive of that. P. Greggy, let us know. I'd feel really comfortable about throwing in at all they have to do is win by a touchdown as opposed to 10. Right? So
Chris Morrison, the guy's going out there like Predator in the chopper, hey? Like that's the energy they're feeling.
I think they could probably do that for us.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Last night, I was asleep when I got this text at 10:47 p.m. Awanik, what's up? You want to grab a few beers Friday night? My flight gets in around 8:15.
Really?
Huss. So I might be having some drinks with
I'm
Huss
never gonna
tonight,
meet the guy.
and we'll see where this goes.
My EFB just broke off in my ear.
Oh, that's not good.
It's stuck in my ear.
I got another one if you want it.
Oh man, can we get that out?
I don't know if we can get that out.
Oh no.
Are we going to be able to get that out?
You just need like pliers or something.
Do we have pliers?
Just need pliers.
Should I use my pen?
Yeah, dig it in there.
Oh, I think I pushed it in further.
I don't like this. I don't like getting your stuff. Stop that. It knocks me out. Eh?
I'm getting worried. I think something's stuck in my ear for good. All right, we're gonna get to let's get to a sports update here.
Yeah, we do that.
For Park Madison.
Patty also says we could do whatever. So
Of course we can do whatever. So Golden Bears -6.5 tonight. Oilers money line. Elks over 18.5. I know.
like
Is
this.
this, should I go? How
to
do we
the
get this
doctor,
out?
eh?
Maddie, we got to go headphones now. I don't know if I'll ever be able to.
Wow.
This is
or
stuck
just
in my ear.
get better earbuds.
Oh,
I guess.
man, Joe Belineski says that's happened. I've had that happen, Dusty. I'm in full-blown panic mode right now. What do we got coming up next? Oh, more of your Woody texts. And Wyshynski's going to join us for Metal Supermarkets. Let's get to a sports update for Park Mazda with, just a sec here, hang on, with Lieutenant Eric.
Gotta get this out. It's disgusting. I hate this stuff. Oilers fall in Philly 4-1 to the Flyers. Zach Hyman with the lone goal for Edmonton. The club returns home to host Winnipeg tomorrow night. Other action last night. Jets lose again. 5-3 to Vegas. Golden Knights remain perfect on the year. Pierre-Luc Dubois with the pair. Kings over the Wild 7-3. Dallas topping Anaheim 3-2. Kraken picking up their first win of the season. 7-4 over the Hurricanes. Colorado shutting out the Blackhawks 4-0. Bruins also remaining perfect. They defeat the Sharks 3-1. Flames 4-3 over Buffalo. And the Canucks dropping one out in Tampa 4-3 to the Lightning. Major League Baseball playoffs last night and yesterday afternoon. Astros evening the ALCS at 2 games apiece. They defeat the Rangers 10-3. Game 5 this afternoon from Arlington. First pitch 3:07.
I'm good. Good. What a morning.
Diamondbacks walk it off over Philly 2-1, trimming Philly's series lead to 2-1. Game 4 this evening. First pitch 6:07 in Arizona. Travis Etienne ran for a pair of touchdowns. Jags hanging on to defeat the Saints 31-24. Week 20 in the CFL kicks off tonight. Stamps look to keep their playoff hopes alive out in BC. The Elks wrap up the regular season tomorrow night out in Winnipeg. Golden Bears and Pandas hockey will play a home-and-home with the Dinos this weekend. Beginning tonight, the Drake with the men. Puck drop 7 o'clock. Golden Bears football team, they're out in Manitoba tonight to take on the Bisons. Kickoff at 6. Sports Center update for Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, who loves the feeling of earbuds stuck in his ears.
Oh my God.
Why am I looking at that?
Wait, why are you slowing down? Frank? No way. Frank?
Hey, honey. Hey.
What on earth are you doing?
We're streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium.
Who's streaking?
There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing.
Now.
Okay.
Lease the all-new 2024 Mazda CX-90 inline-6 turbo or plug-in hybrid to have room for absolutely everybody with its third-row seating. Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
$7:36 on the AM Nasty. What's going on, everybody? Ear update. I got the end of the IFB out of my right ear. Although I don't know if it's working now.
You can listen to us, but you can also watch us. And I think for the purpose of this
I saw
exercise here,
I saw the sailor who was listening online goes, I decided to hop over to YouTube as soon as I heard something was stuck in Dusty's ear.
Yeah.
I was in a little bit of full-blown panic. I got over that was weird, though. I was like, I'm going to the mirror. So I went to the mirror, but I can't see inside my own ear, even in a mirror. I was trying to give her one of these, but I couldn't see. So then I just had to go with my natural feel and touch. I got a pen in there and then turned and popped it out, boys. I thought for a minute I have to go to the doctor and they'd be like, what happened? And then I got my earbuds stuck in my ear doing Edmonton Sports Talk live at edmontonsportstalk.com. Subscribe today. But instead we got it out on our own. You said you had a buddy who had a moth fly into his ear?
He's playing rugby. And a moth just by chance flew in there, and then you got to get it flushed out.
Oh, that's
it could
gross.
lay eggs, you don't want that to happen.
That's gross.
There's a point of no return in that ear cavity, though, and I'm glad you didn't get the pen. It gets
I
around
was
the corner.
I was pretty worried.
Then she gone.
If I would have missed with the pen and hit the main part, I would have been done.
Good luck.
I would have been done.
You have to fly Rod Smith out to flex him
call
in.
the game.
Flex him in.
I have to text my boss at TSA and go, listen, I can't call the game. Why? I've got headphones stuck in my ear. That would have been a little weird.
Yeah, week to week.
Yeah, that would not have been good. All right, you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. And, of course, in the Nasty Chat as well, you can hit us up. And, hey, we're having a fun show today. I cannot wait to show everybody these labels. And we're going to do that when Scott Laurie pops in and joins us. We've got our five finalists for the label contest with Alley Cat and Sobeys and and us. I mean, the three of us. Maddie, are you going to put it up right now? Oh, God. I thought you were going to drop them right now. We've got 5 amazing labels. Wait till you see the work that was done from just listeners who are trying to get on the label of this can. So we'll get into that around 8:25 today. We are diving into the Oilers' loss last night. And I don't know, I guess, first of all, the most concerning thing about last night's game for you? What was the most concerning thing? Hit us up, 780-218-9999, or in the Nasty Chat, of course. Anytime you want to hop in the Nasty Chat, love to have you over there as well. I mean, in the end, you come out of it and you're 1-3, and you've won one. And look, at the beginning of the year, I remember the beginning of the year because it was like 10 days ago. We basically said, look at their schedule. Their first 4 games, non-playoff team, non-playoff team, non-playoff team, non-playoff team, and rest between these games. It was a sweetheart schedule to start the year, and you've now pissed that opportunity away because now I know it's a new year, and maybe the Canucks will be a playoff team. Maybe the Flyers will be a playoff team. Probably not. The one team you beat was Nashville. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team.
Maybe the Rangers won't be. Looking ahead just to this.
Like that's not going to be. Yeah,
you know what? I don't know. How do you slate all that? You mentioned though the McDavid's going to get shots on goal, right? Like last night, he doesn't get shot. Okay, whatever. And the goalies, maybe you could have a bit of concern there, numbers-wise, right? You can't necessarily blame all of this at their feet. Defensive structure, defense, we've been talking about the blue line a lot, but Evander Kane with an assist.
Yeah, Evander Kane.
I mean, that's something that's been constant from game 1 all the way up until this this point, right? And
it's one thing to struggle, but it's also one thing 2 games in to be mocking your struggles.
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
Like after 2 games, he's like, we're dead last. Evander Kane has done nothing yet this year.
Right, to be saying stuff like that.
Time to get focused and go do something. He's been the least effective.
Concern. Yeah.
Like Connor Brown has been more effective than Evander Kane, in my opinion.
But expectation-wise, you're kind of... I mean, there should be a lot more coming from Evander Kane.
Of course
than Connor Brown.
Evander Kane's supposed to be your elite premier winger on this team.
That to me is a concern that's been from game 1 to last night.
So that's a concern. Bouchard's play, obviously a concern, considering you want to heap some heavier minutes on him, but you're not going to be able to in that situation. I honestly think the most concerning thing out of last night's game was the lack of give a you-know-what in the third period.
Kevin Starrett said in the
that's the thing. The individual things, we can pick out a couple individuals to break down pretty much every single game. Even in a win, you could look at a guy and be like, well, what do you think of this play? But the fact that the entire team laid an egg in the third period of the game, to me, is the most concerning thing. You're 1-2 on the year. You're going up against a Philly team that, let's be honest, on paper, the Edmonton Oilers should not lose to the Philadelphia Flyers, but that's why they play the games. Unacceptable. The effort in the third period was unacceptable. It led to Woodcroft dropping an F-bomb in the postgame. And now we sit here and go, probably bounce back against the Jets. But I thought they would have built off this win over Nashville and picked up another one against the Philadelphia Flyers team that should have been fat and happy after shutting out the Vancouver Canucks.
If it's a bounce back, if it's a down, then a bounce back, and a down and a bounce back, play the Woody clip. I mean, it's not good enough.
Yeah, if you're going to sit here and alternate wins and losses all season, Jay Woodcroft said it best.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
Yeah. Not good enough. Excuse his language. We are looking for your text messages to go with that clip today. Get creative. Have some fun with it at 780-218-9999. And, we'll get to, let's see here. Yes. Jess. Our Jess. She actually signed it, our Jess.
Oh.
Which is great. This is a good one. Dusty, this is exactly what I thought. It's funny she brings this up because this is exactly what I thought last night when I was grabbing the clip. I was like, I'm totally going to use it for this. Me, when I was eating that Donaire last week.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
Flattened? Like a panini? Not good.
You got to try that Lashish combo wrap, man. I'm telling you. But it's not a dinner. But anyways, yeah. You said that as you ate it, and you said it when you phoned them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you can play the filter.
Yeah, I call back. Yeah,
megaphone filter.
Give me the megaphone filter on this bad boy. Where is it here?
Yeah.
This is me to the place that I will go unnamed on that Donaire last week.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
Excuse my language.
Excuse my language.
Greg Wyshynski's going to join us here at some point from Metal Supermarkets. He'll pop by in a couple of minutes. Speaking of Donaire, it's just we had to get to this. We couldn't talk about Donaire's, and YouTube Trev has just had such a huge few days. Like this week has been an absolute game changer for our young Padawan YouTube Trev.
Would you say he can't believe it?
I'm sure he dropped one of those last night.
We need a book of
Maddie,
YouTube
take us inside. I was
amazing.
very sad that Eric and I weren't here for this Donaire.
So Tommy went to get the two of them Donaires.
Where'd you guys get the Donaires from?
Just Donaire. Tom's never had it. It's Mayfield Common.
Do they sell anything else?
Yeah, a bunch of other things.
I love how you went
well,
to
then that's a weird name.
So Tom gave it a 7.5 himself. He really enjoyed it, Tom. Tom broke it down. He liked it and all that.
Okay. So he really enjoyed it, but it's a 7.5? If you
I don't
really
know.
enjoy something, it'll be A+.
Tough score.
I don't know. Talk to Tommy about that. But
I will when he gets.
So he got it. So when he had, what was it? Onions, tomato, lettuce.
So the classic.
And the classic, just standard, the jumbo. Trev's first bite, just these moans and this enjoyment of it.
What a little.
Tommy's like, hey, you got an eye roll, and then he gave the eye roll.
I saw that on the video. Yeah,
but then, so that was just me filming it.
Yeah.
The whole time he ate it, all I heard was the moaning.
What?
Like, he was enjoying the heck out of it. He's in love. Like straight up, he's fallen up. He's like, this is my favorite place. Like I'm gonna go here all the time. And I was like, no, hold on a second. You got to go try other Donairs. Like you can't just go to this one right now. You've just gone into the Donaire game.
Yeah.
So you got to try this. He's like, oh, okay. But he's like, me and Tom had to tell him like, careful. Like you got to work out. Yeah. Like if you're gonna start diving into this, careful. This could be very dangerous for you.
Yeah, you can't be doing 3 Donairs a week, Trev.
He is truly in love. Like. His world changed last night with his Donaire. When we're like, this is what you have after a night of drinking. He's like, oh, I see that totally. And he's just...
So it was a jumbo. He got lettuce, onions, tomato.
Yeah.
Sweet sauce, garlic.
Sweet.
Hot?
Sweet
sauce?
sauce. It was the sweet sauce.
Just the sweet sauce.
It was. Tom went for try to make it as classic as possible. Tom was worried because it wasn't in a plastic wrap, he didn't think.
Oh,
because it came, but when they opened it,
wrapping's a big part of it.
It was there in the end, so he was. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Trev did struggle ripping off the wrap for it.
You know,
took a while.
Understandable.
But no, he had a one. Like he didn't have time to get angry about the Oilers because
he was so happy about the Donaire.
It took him like 30 minutes to eat the whole Donaire.
Oh,
he savored it.
It looked like a pretty good size Donaire too.
But he took his time and
Did Tommy start him on a jumbo?
Yeah.
A jumbo? Wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. You know what this leads to, boys? Donaire of the week. Like full blown, all of us eating a Donaire at the same time. We just rotate places.
That's just a full pod.
Well, actually, it is a pod.
Yeah, I know some of the Donairs of Edmonton.
Donairs of Edmonton.
We all sit down, we eat it, we break it down live as we record it, and we give it a ranking after.
We could definitely do that.
You know, once every 2-3 weeks, drop a Donairs of Edmonton.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be every single week.
Yeah.
But,
what about like a small Donaire Tuesday? Where we focus on one place. More subs, though. More subs. Can I make that next request?
Yeah, that's right around the corner here, too.
Love it. Not just subs. They also make Donaires.
It's called more subs and Donaires, not just Donaires.
Yeah, I think they would have been
more
closed.
than Donaires, which is wild to me.
Yeah, I think they're closed.
What do you mean?
Like when last night.
Yeah,
like,
that's
okay.
Night,
I was
right?
going to say.
We had, it was 6 o'clock or maybe 7 o'clock or whatever. So
this is a new venture here. Yeah,
I like it.
For that podcast,
like we don't have to like schedule it.
No.
Same time, but we would have to do it on video too, so we can show.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what that third studio's for over there. That'd be a great Donaire.
The Donaire
studio.
layer.
Right? The Donaire layer. Oh, man. That's what, yes. The Donaire layer. We've got a 5th office in the main office here that we're going to use for like sort of just audio podcasts, but we could definitely, actually, we could do it in the Hangout.
You could.
We could turn the Hangout into the Donaire layer.
You could eat in there.
Buy
Maddie? Some industrial fans, get the spit in there, right? Make your own.
the one issue I have with the Hangout is I feel like you want, well, I guess no, you don't, because they had plates yesterday just in case. I guess you don't need, like, we don't need to, you could just hold it.
Well,
I was going to say, you could put it down if you need to.
High table. Yeah,
and you could, having a table would be nice.
Just have throw a couple cameras in there. No big deal.
Yeah.
Even one cam.
We could even do it in here. 4 of you there, 1 sitting here.
Make the Donairs in the podcast room. You get the spit. You get these big fans in there.
And I like the idea of calling it the Donaire layer.
Yes, that's where it's.
That's really good too. Anyway, do we have Wyshynski? We're going to get to Greg Wyshynski here. He works for that company that hates Evgeny Malkin.
Yeah.
Which I just...
And NHL drafts.
And NHL drafts, apparently,
and what do you say about the Oilers?
And we don't want to put all of the blame on Wyshynski for jinxing the Edmonton Oilers this season by picking them to win the Stanley Cup, but I think we have to. Greg Wyshynski's brought to you by Metal Supermarkets, your convenience stores for metal fast cuts. I drove by one the other day. I got very excited about it. If you need any piece of metal, cut to any shape or size, you just go to Metal Supermarkets, and they will do that for you essentially right on the spot. Absolutely amazing service at Metal Supermarkets. Greg Wyshynski, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I told you guys that like I wouldn't have picked the Oilers if I knew that like LeBron and others were going to follow suit. I would have just tried to be different. I thought I was being different by picking them again, but apparently they're just chalk, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe they read their press clippings too closely before the season. Thought they were atop the throne before they climbed up on it. I don't know, man. Like the Flyers are a pesky team, and like. Couturier is a Selke guy, and he played a hell of a game against Connor last night. And it's funny, like everything that you saw in the Nashville game, that was a positive development for this team. The depth behind Connor playing really well, Jack Campbell playing really well, just completely reversed course yesterday. Whatever line Nugent Hopkins was on got rolled at 5-on-5, and Campbell was leaky. So like it's it's a typical thing with this team for the last few years of just like from game to game they can look like they're going to win the cup or they're going to look like they're going to miss the playoffs. It's inexplicable.
In your history of covering the game, and we asked Mike Johnson this earlier in the hour, when do you stop saying, yeah, but it's just 4 games? Yeah, but it's just 6 games. When do you say, okay, enough's enough, time to get going?
Well, there's a theory that it should be the 20-game clip is when you start to really panic, and that's usually when you start to see teams fire coaches and make moves to try to improve their lot in life. And obviously the American Thanksgiving date has always held up as being the critical one. For me, it's probably around the 25-game mark as far as really understanding what your team is and really understanding if there's time to panic and making a move behind the bench or making a trade. That's kind of been my benchmark for teams for a while. But I mean, like, it seems the pressure already builds. Like, you had John Cooper the other day call a game against Buffalo critical for the Lightning, and that was like game 3. And granted, he's in a different space. He's lost the starting goalie, and obviously is facing enormous pressure with a roster that I think he knows is not up to snuff. So the slider keeps moving earlier and earlier in the season as far as the panic point for these teams.
We're 4 games in here in Edmonton. I'll give you this one moment and only this moment to jump off the bandwagon. Are you still picking them to win the Stanley Cup? Choose wisely.
No, I am. Like, okay. a little adversity is a good thing for this team. And they look. As I said when I picked them, I picked them because obviously, like, Connor and Leon have made it clear that they're tired of losing in the playoffs. You got to get to the playoffs before you can lose in the playoffs. So let's hope they at least get there. But there was always going to be room for this team to grow into the kind of team they're going to need to be in order to win the cup. And part of that growth is fighting through good defensive teams. And obviously Tortorella has the Flyers playing pretty well off the hop. And then also, playing good D yourself. And critically, and Connor's been the one to stress this the most, is not making those little mistakes that come back to haunt you. And, like turning the puck over directly on a power play to give Sean Walker a shorthanded goal against the Edmonton Oilers. It was really funny. I was at the Rangers game last night and Walker scored that goal, and I was scrolling through Twitter, like searching his name, and even Flyers fans are like, who is Sean Walker? and like, I remember him from the guy in the Kings, right? I remember him from the Kings. And it was just really funny. It was just like, Connor turned the puck over and a non-playable character scored the other way. So I don't know. It was just a weird night for them.
Was a little bit of a weird night for them last night. Greg Wyshynski with us. Hey, one more on the Oilers. Evan Bouchard last night he had a couple bad breakdowns in last night's game, and he's extremely talented offensively. But there's this lack of urgency or intensity in his game. Can you think of many defensemen that were like that early in their career and then did develop maybe a little bit of an edge? Or is this kind of just who he is now and we should just accept it?
It could just be who he is, but I mean, who he is an extremely talented offensive defenseman.
Yeah, he is.
And a player that's going to continue to blossom in the totality of his game. I mean, are you talking about like Eye of the Tiger? He's not Cale Makar with this ability to play with ferocity while also playing offensively. I mean, there's always going to be guys that just sort of play with flourish and don't necessarily have that other part of their game. I don't know. He's a kid. He's such a kid right now. It's hard to really assess what he's going to look like, 2-3 years from now, as far as like how his game develops in that regard. But in theory, you should probably have other people on the blue line that are going to portray that aspect of their game more than you need Bouchard to.
Greg, we usually have people in this market at times calling for your head on certain things, whether it's Oilers or just NHL stuff in general. The ESPN Top 100 is the latest, and a few people chiming in over the last couple of days, wanting your answer, demanding how involved, if at all, you were in this. But you tweeted out, ESPN Top 100 did Evgeny Malkin dirty. You agree. Now you had some of this on the drop. Do you want to just kind of explain? You just to set the record straight, you were not behind this in any shape or form?
Well, no. I mean, outside of going under the hood and trying to fix things before it was published as best as I could. I go into detail on how the list is put together on the drop. It's my podcast with the Ardo Cal, and you can find it on the NHL and ESPN podcast platforms, and it's also on YouTube if you want to get into the nuts and bolts of it. But basically, like, I think the process in which the list was put together was kind of flawed. It was a way to get as many people involved as possible on the ESPN side as far as editorial. So, like, Steve Levy didn't have to sit down and list 100 players to then send into the editors. Like, these people are busy, you know, and I think that they tried to come up with a process that was going to bring in the most people and make it the easiest list for others to get involved. And it resulted in some really weird results. I mean, like, if I didn't go under the hood and make sure Sidney Crosby didn't finish in the 40s, then we would have really had a problem. You know, there were certain things I kind of got in there and said, we got to fix this stuff. But, you know, I couldn't catch everything, and no one else really, you know, jumped on the Malkin thing, which obviously was the biggest point of contention. The thing about a lot of the Oilers fans reached out were pissed about Draisaitl and specifically having him behind Jack Hughes. And, like, while I agree with that, I think the thing you have to remember is that, you know, the whole gist of this is, what is the top 100 players going to look like by the end of this season? And while I don't think there's a world in which Malkin isn't one of the top 100 players by the end of the season, and I don't think there's a world in which Seth Jones should be ahead of Quinn Hughes by the end of this season, there's a part of the multiverse where Jack Hughes scores over 100 points, wins the Hart Trophy, and having him fourth overall isn't completely outlandish. I'm not saying that it should happen. I'm not saying that it will happen. And I'm certainly not saying that as a Devils fan, I made this happen. But of the egregious things on that list, and there were many, having him that high wasn't necessarily as bad as some of the other ones.
I just, for the record, too, I was coming to your defense. I knew you wouldn't have a hand in it, and you were trying to fix it the best you can. So appreciate the effort there, Greg.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, Jesus, it was. Listen, like I said in the drop, man, like, I've been making lists all my life. My first book was a list. You know, I love lists. Lists are awesome. Lists are why we're sports fans. When you make a list, the funniest thing when you make a list is when people come back at you and say, you just did this for clicks. I'm like, no kidding. Are you trying? We created something to try to create debate and bring an audience to our site. Well, you really figured us out. And so that's why you do them. But the problem is that sometimes these things come out and they're flawed in their methodology or in their concept. And then you get people that are just like, this list, you know, this omission makes this list invalid and also invalidates everything else you guys do. And that's not what you want. And that's kind of what happened this week. So you got to kind of like take a little bit of a look inward and figure out what went wrong here, because this is why we do these things, is to have, you know, everybody upset and calling and saying ESPN doesn't know anything about hockey because we left to give Genny Malkin off the list.
You're not saying the Jets will relocate within the year, though, are you? due to bad attendance, like, we're not going that far, are we?
I mean, you know, it's possible. Look, I mean, I'm just happy that, you know, occasionally attendance issues befall a Canadian team. You know, I've been told that only American teams struggle with attendance from time to time. But you know, you know, that's funny. Like, we were just talking about the Flyers. So I mentioned this on the podcast this week. Like, the difference between the Jets and other teams is direction. Like, if you're a Flyers fan, you feel pretty good that Danny Briere and Keith Jones are fresh voices in the organization, that there's a direction to where they're going. They have a plan. They know what they're doing. The Winnipeg Jets are treading water. Like, they've been treading water for several seasons. The same guy that was there when they moved is still running the team, and they've not gotten any results. I mean, they've never played for a cup, you know, like, they played for, I think, a conference.
They got to a conference final once, yeah.
Yeah, once. So, like, if you're asking, you know, why do fans not show up? Well, one is obviously the price of tickets, which is the thing that hockey writers never talk about because they don't buy them. I make sure I bring my family to at least 2 Devil games every year to understand how much it takes to bring a family to a game. It's a lot.
Exercise, yeah.
It's a lot, especially in Canada. I mean, that's why you guys all fly down to you know, Tempe to go watch Coyotes games. Well, actually, that's not true. Those are crazy expensive tickets now, too. It used to be Glendale, but now Tempe's out of your price range, too. But, like, it costs a lot of money, and you're going to games to see a team that is simply content to just try to make the wild card. And at some point, you just say to yourself, when inflation is where it is and the economy is where it is, like, is it really worth my time and money to go see a game in October? And so, that's why these things happen. And a lot of it does track back to marketing, and it does track back to the direction of the franchise. It tracks back to, what are you really giving these fans? At least a rebuild portends something bright in the future. Whereas if you're just a team that's trying to maintain some level of success and tease your fans into spending money to go see you lose in a wild card round, like, how much is that really worth to fans?
Greg Wyshynski with us from ESPN for Metal Supermarkets, convenience store for metal. Any metal, cut to size really fast. One more I want to get to because I think we probably met the first time at an NHL draft. So, and you've covered 20. I've covered over a dozen. What are your thoughts on the idea of decentralizing it and making it more like the other drafts that we watch on TV?
Well, like, I understand the concept. I've always wondered about the enormity of the cost in teams bringing as many people as they bring to a city that can sometimes be pretty expensive. Like, the draft has only gone to cities that are pretty tourist destination lately, like, like Nashville and places like that. And so, like, I imagine the cost for these teams is pretty high. I think if you're going to try to make it more of a made-for-TV thing, just having the players on site. I mean, when I first heard this news, it kind of tracked back to the other thing that we heard, which was the idea of reimagining the draft as maybe a thing they do at Disneyland. Just have the top prospects at Disneyland. And I thought to myself, oh, this makes sense then. They want to make it more of a destination type thing. And sort of not make it an arena type thing in theory. So from a fiscal standpoint, I think it makes sense. From a logistic standpoint and, traditional standpoint, it's frustrating because I do think that there is a lot of value in having everybody in one spot before the summer, especially from the media perspective, just to kind of, like, of course, think of it as a media thing. But I mean, that's the place where we get all of our stuff for the next 3 months, or in particular, the next couple of weeks when we start talking about free agency and trades and everything else. Those conversations and having all 32 teams there are invaluable, not only in getting time with the prospects and also the general managers, but also the underlings that you bump into when you're in the hallway and you get information from all those people. So from a media perspective, it would completely suck. It's a great place to try to, like, get stories and generate stuff for the next few months. But from a logistics standpoint and a fiscal standpoint, it does seem like a place where they're spending a lot of money and not necessarily getting a ton of return.
As always, buddy, great catching up with you. What do you got coming up over at ESPN here in the near future?
Oh, let's see. Some interesting stuff on NHL puck and player tracking next week, and then also next week a story on those Philadelphia Flyers that you just watched, and in particular the thing we just talked about, which is how do you sell a rebuild to a city that doesn't always trust the process. Let's say it's an interesting story.
All right, man. Well, we look forward to that. We'll talk to you next week.
Anytime. Thanks.
There you go. That's Greg Wyshynski from ESPN, and he is doubling down on his Edmonton Oilers Stanley Cup prediction. That guy, you know what he is? He's a huge Oilers homer.
The nerve.
I don't know a bigger national reporter who's an Oilers homer more than Greg Wyshynski.
And doing the hard work at ESPN.
Yeah, having to go in and
having to go in and
try to
save
save them.
Yeah, save face.
Well done, Greg. You're a hero to all of us.
You could hear the frustration, rising in his voice.
Yeah. I think when we brought that up, he's like, okay, let me tell you. So this is kind of how it works. Wyshynski brought to you by Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal, any metal, cut to size, ready and fast. Got you covered. All right, we got a sports update coming up, but we are going to play kind of easy trivia just after 8 o'clock this morning. Gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual is up for grabs. If you'd like to get your hands on that juicy little GC, text us right now, 780-218-9999 into the Paris Jewelers inbox. Let Maddie know that you want to play. Hey, Maddie, pick me. I want to play. Please let me play. However you want to get his attention. Get his attention. No nudes. And that's the last thing we need flying in there. I shouldn't even have brought that up.
Maybe he wants them. I don't know. Like you don't speak for the man.
I'm trying to speak for the inbox. Okay. All right, Paris Jewelers inbox does not need a bunch of gross pictures rolling in. But anyway, text Maddie if you want to play 780-218-9999. Let's get to a sports update for United Sports Cycle. What was that?
You still got the effect on.
Oh!
There we go. The Oilers with the loss last night.
I really think we should try one time. Oilers, wrong end of a 4-1 decision on Philly last night. Cam Atkinson with a pair of goals for the Flyers. Zach Hyman, the lone goal for Edmonton. The club returns home to host Winnipeg tomorrow night. Canadian soccer legend Christine Sinclair is retiring. Sinclair is the world's all-time leader for international goals scored for men and women with 190 goals and is one of the most capped active international soccer players with more than 300 caps. Major League Baseball postseason continues. Game 5 between the Astros and Rangers will go this afternoon from Arlington. The series tied at 2 games apiece. First pitch 3:07. Game 4 of the NLCS will go this evening. First pitch 6:07 out in Arizona between the Diamondbacks and Phillies, with Philly leading that series 2-1. Travis Etienne ran for a pair of touchdowns. Jags hanging on to defeat the Saints 31-24, kicking off Week 7 in the NFL. Week 20 in the CFL kicks off tonight, and the Stamps look to keep their playoff hopes alive out in BC. The Elks will round out the regular season tomorrow night in Winnipeg. Golden Bears and Pandas hockey will play a home-and-home with the Dinos this weekend, beginning tonight at the Drake with the men. Puck drop 7 o'clock. Golden Bears football, they're on the road in Manitoba tonight to take on the Bisons. Kickoff at 6. Sports update for United Sport and Cycle, your home of hockey for over 95 years.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
All right, welcome back to the Nielson Show. You're still cracking packs, eh? This guy, a real crack pack nut.
And actually, I got a guy in the DMs. Might be meeting him on the way out of town, out by Sherwood Park on the highway. He goes, "We might be on the side of the Yellowhead as you're heading out of town by like the Fort Saskatchewan."
What are you getting? What's the deal?
I think he's got a. I don't remember the specifics of the deal.
Do you have your entire checklist in a Excel spreadsheet? That's what I imagine.
I should.
You should.
No, this is very loosey-goosey, actually.
My brother says he's stopping by to drop off a card for you or something.
Is he?
I don't know. He texted me today. I don't know if he's...
Hey, I welcome
He just said, I'll be stopping by to drop off a card for LTE. I'll be around at 8:30ish. Don't need to talk to anyone. So
I don't think we discussed anything, but I
maybe he saw your list and there's a card or something. I don't know.
I'm up for the random drop-bys as well. I mean, but...
That's amazing. Hey, who's on the hangout today?
Derek Van Diest.
Yes,
NHL.com. So
and
we'll have a lot of fun with him. And he'll be great for Christine Sinclair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one, actually, for Christine Sinclair, yeah.
Jack Cookson from Pro-Am Sports. Got to meet him myself for the first time.
I can't believe you hadn't met Jack.
Late in the mixer this week, but I'm excited for a full chat with Jack today to talk some Packers, talk some Oilers, talk about the thong that the Heritage Classic.
I was just going to say
that Pro-Am Sports is going to...
Thank you.
Jack won't be modeling one.
Yesterday on the post-show show available to Nasty Club members.
I listen.
Eric and I went through the five types of lingerie we want Pro-Am Sports to brand. Thongs. What were they? A bustier.
The
hosiery.
Garter,
a garter.
A silk kimono.
And a silk kimono.
High cut.
Yeah. I think, so anyway, when Jack's in today, let's put him in a tough spot on the hangout and say, listen, if you can't get us a thong with the Heritage Classic logo on it, what are you even doing here? Now at Pro-Am, they can't get you pretty much anything else you want. They're your source for all the new Oilers Heritage Classic gear. T-shirts, hats, jerseys, everything in between, just not sexy lingerie yet. Maybe that's a special offer in the Nasty Club. Listen, Jack, you make it. We'll pretend we brand it. I would like Jeff Jackson to come down here and force us to stop selling the thongs with the Edmonton
Cease and
Classic
desist.
logo.
Yeah, that's how
on
we
it.
can get him on the air. We'll
That's
make a
how
trade.
Oh, hey, Jeff, why don't you come over? Like, he comes in here and I hold the thing up over here. Why don't you come get it from me? And then when he comes over, we sit him down in a chair and actually provide a really entertaining interview because we like to get the best out of people.
I actually looked on the Hive's website to see if they had any sort of underwear that we could brand and maybe do it ourselves, but I didn't see anything there.
No.
I didn't see it. Maybe Chelsea has something in like her products somewhere else that's just not on the site for me to look
By
at.
request.
But maybe we could create one ourselves.
DVD and Cookson's gonna be that's gonna be a fun hangout.
And Tommy.
Tommy's in.
I guess.
Tommy Gazzola's
Oilers
in.
don't practice till 1.
Oh, well, he'll be in then. What's he gonna do for? I guess he'll just have to rush down right after Oil Stream. He might as well stick around here for. Yeah. You're not gonna miss much from the first 15 minutes of practice. Hey, I wouldn't think. We'll see.
Yet.
Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week coming up here. We've got 3 questions too many for Park Mazda. How about the service at Park Mazda? The guy brought me in these keys mid-show yesterday, and I think I might keep these keys forever.
Your keys for life.
Yeah, your keys for life. All right, Mr. Mike's. Let's get into this. We're going to find out who's playing here in just a second. But they'll be looking to get their hands on a gift certificate from Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, the casualest place ever in the Hampton Inn on the corner of 137th Ave and Mark Messier Trail. We do suggest the sirloin bites, or even if you just say, can I get that sirloin bite sauce? And then dip everything else you get in the sauce. That would work. Classic Mike Burger is the Nielsen recommendation with the pickle on top, not inside. All right, who's playing today? Jordy is going to play today. Let's bring in Jordy. Jordy, good morning. How you doing, man?
I'm doing amazing.
Oh, Jordy Mac.
Yes, it is.
From the Jordy Mac Show.
That is true.
Where can people find the Jordy Mac Show, buddy?
On Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, almost everywhere. And we're going to be on YouTube.
Boom. How old are you again, Jordy Mac?
Now I'm 12.
You're 12 years old. You hear how smooth this kid is? Go check out the Jordy Mac Show. All right, Jordy, you need to get 3 out of 5 correct, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll start the ticker. I have to read the first question. Good luck, man. Here we go. Who scored the goal for the Oilers last night?
Zach Hyman.
True or false? Cam Atkinson is a defenseman.
False.
Which city is home to the Flyers?
Philadelphia.
Who do the Elks play tomorrow?
Pass.
Who is the quarterback of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers? You still got it anyway. That's a dub for Jordy Mac. 3 out of 5.
For the W.
Now, with that being said, I got to work with this young generation
and I'm your twin brother.
on the
I've been
CFL.
looking forward to this moment my whole life. Excuse me, but I was just taking a shower. Tell me a little bit about Vincent. Was he a great athlete? Was he interested in chess and poetry? My name is Julius. My name is Julius. My name is Julius.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Club Beat Loop provided by 12-year-old Jordy Mac. Getting the job done. Jordy Mac's dad is my lawn guy and had my lawn looking better than all the lawns in the world this year. Mac's Lawn Services. Good stuff.
And apparently Beef Nips is his uncle that I'm learning at the Paris Jewelers in Box this morning.
Beef Nips is. I saw Beef Nips text.
It's a family affair.
I didn't know that Beef Nips was Jordy Mac's uncle.
Unless he just likes to call himself Uncle Beef Nips.
Real creepy.
Casual, which is
real
very
creepy
yeah,
if that is the
if
if that is the case.
I really hope it's.
Anyway, congrats to Jordy Mac. Keeps the streak alive. Nobody's got it wrong yet since we flipped over to the new format. Jay is in the nasty chat this morning. Says, first time YouTube watcher, and do I see an old McDonald's Cujo mask? I still have that whole set. Impressive, boys. You do, but it's rattling me a little bit because it's the Oilers base, but I think this is his St. Louis Blues mask.
It's their colors, and it probably is. It's like when you get a card, right, and the guy's traded,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, you're playing for the team, but he's wearing the old...
His mask was always very similar, but this is the Blues colors. It's rattling me right now that it says Oilers on the bottom.
Should we paint it?
We should. We should.
Little arts and craft
put
here.
Put this yellow to an orange and then just try to...
Be an easy fix,
which still wouldn't be his exact mask.
An
but
LTE edit?
Good catch. Good catch. All right, you can text us anytime. Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-9999. You could get your hands on the text of the day today for A&W. $20 gift card to A&W just sitting there waiting for you to get your hands on so you can go try the brand new Chicken Cruncher sandwiches. They got 3 of them. They got the Nashville Hot Chicken Cruncher. They got the classic Chubby Chicken Cruncher. And they've got the BLT Chicken Cruncher, which is, I guess, the healthy option. All right, the BLT. You're mixing in the L and the T.
And bread.
You're going to love it.
Tomato.
Try the new Chicken Cruncher sandwiches today at all of your A&W locations. Win that gift card with the text of the day. Before we get to 3 questions too many, let's bang through a few of these text messages that have rolled in today. We are having some fun with that Jay Woodcroft clip from last night's game.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
Excuse his language. How about this one? Italians watching YouTube Trev eat one of their sandwiches.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
YouTube Trev. Imagine YouTube Trev. Like, I don't know what YouTube Trev's doing in 20 years, but I feel like we're very important in molding this kid. Like, there's so much. He's so raw.
Well, it's
so raw.
He should be Donaire Trev. And
Yeah.
then the next time he tries, chicken sandwich A&W Trev. And then, and it keeps going on and on and on.
Yeah.
And you create all of these Trevs. I like to see him Donaire Lair Trev. You could have a little. He's the guy. He calls you boss. You know what I mean?
Welcome to the Donaire Lair. Me on my 40th birthday getting a hastily drawn birthday card on a poorly folded piece of paper from my kids this morning.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
That might be my favorite one so far. Who's that in from? Oh, man. We got to track that one down. I didn't have the number to it. If you send in that text them right now and just give us a heads up it was you. Because then you send more texts, they kind of get knocked down. That is how it is. You're always like, God love kids. My kids do. My kids have improved their card making game. But yeah, you'll get like a folded up piece of paper that's not even folded properly. It's like blue construction paper written on with like a pink crayon. You can't even read it. And you go, oh my goodness, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And, I keep them all. Obviously, I got a bunch of them in the office downstairs at home. But that is a good text. Me on my 40th birthday getting a hastily drawn birthday card on a poorly folded piece of paper from the kids this morning. That's too good. Well done. Could be a front runner. Keep those text messages coming in here. Oh, this one's good. Dusty, when there's a problem at the rental car place.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
Yeah, not good enough. Excuse my language. So keep those bad boys rolling in. Let's get into...
Before 3 questions too many,
breaking news.
EST parlay is up.
Oh, okay.
Golden Bears minus 6.5 against the Bison. Edmonton Elks team total over 18.5.
Can I guess the number?
Oilers to win. You haven't seen the text?
I haven't seen the text.
Okay.
My phone's over here. Look, it's on black. I haven't seen it. I'm not cheating.
Nope.
Say it again.
Bears minus 6.5. Elks over 18.5. Oilers to win.
Plus 310?
335. Plus
Damn it.
335.
I was going to say plus 320.
Just some really nice value there.
Yeah, it's good. No, I like that a lot. All right, plus 335.
On the Edmonton weekend, once again, we did it last weekend. Elks and Oilers failed us, but the Bears did their job. This weekend, Bears, Elks, Oilers, we're on them to see what they can do.
I like this. Let's ride on that one. Plus 335, exclusives tab at CoolBet. And support your city, damn it. All right, let's get into 3 questions too many. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment?
Yes, I do. It's 3 questions too many. It's brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. Albeit with the crappy card, he still loves his children. Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
Yeah, that's Mitch every morning at the staff meeting. Every single morning.
That's a good way to start a meeting. It's
exact same thing.
People know how you are.
Do you have a Twitter account?
At Lieutenant_Eric. You can follow on Twitter.
Nice.
I got the checklist out. Hey, Scott Hall's birthday as well. R.I.P. Scott Hall, but old Scotty Hall, Razor Ramon, Chico, that type of thing. There's a picture.
I remember we were on the air day. We were on the air the day he passed away.
Yeah.
Which I guess, we've been on the air a lot of days in the last 15 years, but that's when I remember.
He's one of the. He was a wrestler. I had a lot of the time for
a wrestler's wrestler.
Just great act. NWO.
It was still
Razor
real to
Ramon.
him, damn it.
It's still real to me. He's still alive to me. But happy birthday, Scott Hall, and all that other stuff at Lieutenant_Eric. Yeah, if you missed it, too, we celebrated a big birthday here in the EST studios. That video up, too.
Man, was that a good time.
And a good cake, actually.
That cake was delicious.
They redeemed themselves after Broccoli Gate.
Yeah.
Was it Save On? They redeemed
Yeah,
themselves.
because Save On, you know what? Save On's like what the Oilers need to do tomorrow night. Save On bounce back.
Bounce back, yeah.
Right? Save On went out, threw out a 8-1 dud to the Vancouver Canucks with that broccoli going bad at the client mixer, but then bounced back with a really solid, what was it, a rainbow cake? What do we call that cake? It was...
On the box said a triple layer cake.
Triple layer
call
cake.
it tuxedo cake type thing. It's
Tuxedo,
all in
anyway,
that similar.
Beautiful cake. We divvied it up into 6 slices for the crew here in Gager, and YouTube Trev wasn't sure how to eat it. Tommy, Gager, and I just took it down with our hands because it was a thin, small piece. Did you end up getting Trev a fork? Didn't
Yeah,
you?
him and Eric, I got them, and I had my own utensil, and we were civil.
Did Trev look at you and see how you ate?
No,
with your
he
utensil?
said yesterday after, like, he knows that, like, he ate it fine.
Okay, good.
He said that to me and Tommy, and I was like, well, did anyone see you?
We should
But
have
he was very
we should have a list on the wall next to the map where people are listening from that says list of things Trev knows how to eat.
It's a bold move to go back to Save On that quick.
Well, I was in a bit of a jam.
I know,
mean,
I know,
like,
but that was
honestly,
We were talking.
that was a bold move.
Yeah, well,
paid off.
You know what? That's
Paid
why
off.
I'm a Save On guy through and through. I bleed Save On green and white. All right, let's get into actually, what's it? Yeg Sports Talk Twitter account.
At YEG Sports Talk on Twitter.
Yeg Sports Talk. Give us a follow over there. We would very much appreciate it. We got a lot of good content popping up over at Yeg Sports Talk.
Also,
on Twitter as well.
we are now only less than 300 subscribers away from 5,000 for our YouTube channel.
Well, let's go. Let's hammer that. If you're watching right now and you haven't subscribed, it's not difficult. You just hit that little subscribe button. And, yeah, we'd love to hit, what was our goal, 5,000 by the end of the month? I think we can get to 5,000.
I think we started with less than 3 when this all launched.
Well, when we first launched it, my YouTube account had 1,200 people.
Was it 12?
1,200 subscribers.
Oh, so it was less than 2.
Yeah. It was almost just over 1, and now we're almost to 5. So tell your friends, Edmonton Sports Talk on YouTube. Give us a sub. We'd love to hammer that 5,000 here by the end of the month and then continue to grow it out. Question number 1. Okay, this is a good one. We were kind of asking this to Mike Johnson. Like, when do you stop saying, oh, it's just 4 games, just 3 games? Maddie, don't change that yet. We're going to play the game. Oh, okay.
I think 19 games takes us up to American Thanksgiving.
19 games is too much. If they go, well, we didn't get to the question.
It
says, what would the first 10 games record have to be for you to actually be worried about the Oil?
Worried as in you're going to make some sort of big change? Like
well, I don't know big change, but like start to worry that, hey, maybe they're not a Stanley Cup contender.
Well,
they were viewed as a Stanley Cup contender.
Yeah.
10 games in, if the record is this, you start to worry that they're not a Stanley Cup contender.
I don't know. You're going to that October 29th Sunday game against the Flames here at home, which is a pretty important one, right? Like all eyes will be on that.
Is that the 10th game?
Why? That would be what game were we on last night? That's
4.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's the 8th.
But it kind of.
What's the schedule leading up to that?
Well, Jets tomorrow at home.
Yeah.
You're visiting Minnesota Tuesday, and then you host the Rangers Thursday. Okay. If you're limping into that big event, like really struggling to get in there, like and the Flames are kind of, buoyant, shall we say? That would be a weird look. Like that would be a look that nobody really expected going into a game like this. I don't know. A little embarrassing, would you say? I mean, I don't think
2-5 going into that game.
I don't think you're saying, oh, we're gonna.
I think if they're 3-7 in their first 10, I'd be a little worried that they might not be the team that we thought they were. Considering they opened 7-3 and 9-1 the last 2 years, I think that's a valid concern. By the way, speaking of big events, this upcoming Tuesday, pre and post game, watch party during the game, Capilano Boston Pizza location. Tommy will be set up, banging out the pregame before, sit around, watch the game. You'll be able to come sit in the lounge, text Tommy on the pregame show while he's doing it. He can answer some of your questions right there. Watch the game. He's going to do the postgame show live as well. We'd love to get that place absolutely packed. So mark it Tuesday, watch party for the pre and post and during the game at Boston Pizza. They got like $5 off medium pizzas. They got $5.50 shots, a bunch of different shots there as well.
I'm there.
$1 off tankers. I guess Molson's going to be on site as well. So it should be a pretty good night. So mark it. Oilers Wild road game on Tuesday. Capilano Boston Pizza. That's where we want you to be. We'd love to see a big AM Nasty crowd out for that one to kind of move the needle a little bit for Boston Pizza and show them what's up. All right, question number 2. Now that you guys got the beer and the Nasty Club rolling, what's next for EST? We got the beer. It's not going to launch till early December, but we're in the process. We're on Label Day today, so we're going to dive into that with Scotty when he joins us. Maddie's ready to go. What merch store? I guess
That's the next thing.
Yeah, merch store would be next.
I'm thinking like it seems like we'll have that ready to go maybe Monday. Now, just the disclaimer when it comes to our merch store. We don't have the capital to buy a bunch of merch prior.
Yeah, we don't have a store set up here. Yeah.
So what happens, it's actually, we'll open up what's called a pre-order.
Okay.
You could order your merch. It will go, our store will open until November 15th or so. Then we'll get that order in place, and you'll get the products on or before December 15th.
Yeah, so do your Christmas shopping when the pop-up store opens.
If you want a hat or something like that, and you haven't gone the Nasty Club, it's if you purchase it on Monday or anywhere between Monday and November 15th, it will come in early December. That said, depending on how well the orders go for the first little bit, maybe we could throw in the order in a little earlier to get a couple products in, maybe.
Things moving.
Yeah, to get a couple things moving.
I like that.
But that's the next is
Merch
a store opening up, but it's pre-order. You'll have any of the merch. We have quite a bit of products that we're going to have in there. We liked what the look of all of them.
They look good. Yeah, I like them.
Sometime in December, you'll receive them.
Yeah. So that's good. We also have another announcement coming. We just know when that date is yet, but that'll be a big one. So we'll be ready for that. Dave Jameson is in the Nasty Chat. Says, next thing for EST and MLS franchise. We could probably forge paperwork just like they do and make it look really awesome.
Who's our first big signing?
YouTube Trev.
For our MLS
who are we going to bring over from overseas? Let's bring Alphonso Davies home.
What about Kaká? Is he retired?
You shook your head out of disgust on that one, it looked like.
I'm not having this conversation.
Rashford. Any wonderkid from FIFA 2020.
Ansu Fati.
Oh, I did have him.
I know. You mentioned
Was
him.
he,
was the
Barcelona?
younger,
Yeah. See, I know.
Plays for Brighton now.
What?
Yeah.
So it didn't work out, eh? Like,
Well, it's working out. I mean, careers take a different
You get
path.
loaned to
Brighton are
Brighton, or is
very.
he-
I don't know if it's a loan
Did
or
they buy
is it
him?
a full transfer on it.
Maybe we're bringing Tonali in because he can't play over there a little bit right now.
Oh, the betting. Yeah. Oh, it's the Italian football.
There's always something in Italian
maybe
soccer.
that's a good egg we can crack here. Yeah, for sure.
all right, question number 3. In honor of YouTube Trev's first Donaire last night, do you guys remember your first time?
Donaire?
Donaire.
No.
Be honest with you, first time Donaire was more memorable.
I don't know if you should. I mean, I was probably floor-licking drunk. That's kind of the... I think when I got here, a buddy of mine in college, Joseph Hartfile, and I'm sure it was him and
What was his last name?
Joseph Hartfile.
Hartfile?
Yeah. He's great. Cowboy Joe is what we called him, actually. And him and I would go out. We'd go out, kick up our heels, and go downtown and stuff. But he introduced me to World's Finest, and that was my first Donaire. Jasper in 122, 123. Somewhere down there. Different ownership now, but a good little spot.
Yeah.
Again, you're walking out from downtown, kind of leaving Jasper Ave, and it's kind of right there on the end, so it's a nice kind of farewell to the evening. And
That's good. I remember my first Donaire. I was in Lethbridge. We used to go for lunch all the time with a couple of my buddies at a place called Fat Boys. And I would always just get a burger, and they would have these meat wraps. And I was like, what's in there? Like lettuce, onion. I'm like, that's gross. You guys are gross. I'm never trying one of those. And then one day they're like, Dusty, you can get this without the veggies in it, right? And I was like, okay, sure, I'll try one. So I tried the one at Fat Boys for the first time, and that was the end of it. I was like 6'5", $170. And then all of a sudden, you dive into the Donaires, and now I'm 6'5", 185 pounds. It's tough to swallow. I really didn't dive deep into the Donaire game, though, until we got up to Fort Mac. Cosmos and Jomas in Fort Mac. Cosmos, whichever one was up in Thickwood. That's the one that really sucked me in. God, that was good.
But you don't like. That's the thing about the Donaire places. They always have like a menu. We got Corey Coleman a fish burger once from World's Finest. It's like, you need anything? He's like, surprise me. I was like, okay, fish burger it is. And like it's down at the bottom. Like nobody's ordering the fish burger, right? So it took about a half an hour, and they thawed that thing out.
God, Matt,
did he enjoy it? Do you remember how he? Because I can see him. I just can see him looking at
pretty good.
this.
Yeah, he didn't want to admit that it was like, actually, I don't mind it. It's.
Do you remember your first Donaire, Matty?
No, I don't.
Really?
I'm not gonna. It's not.
Careful
I don't
what
like
you say
Donaires.
next.
This isn't the
Did
case.
you have one yesterday?
No, I brought a dinner.
Yes.
I didn't know that I had
right.
brought, and so I ate healthy. I'm not the biggest Donaire fan. Like, it's not I'm against them. I enjoy eating them. I
This
just
is a
don't eat
weird
a lot of them.
conversation right
I just don't go out and eat a lot of them. I don't know. This is just not something I go.
Well, nobody needs to eat a lot of Donaires.
I know, but I haven't. Like,
I love Donaires. I
could
have one
probably
every 2
count.
months.
I could probably count on two hands how many times in my life I've had a Donaire.
You're more of a shawarma.
How many
guy.
fingers you got?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Wow.
Like it's, and every time I've had them, I've enjoyed them. I just, for some reason, haven't gone and purchased them a lot. So, so no, I don't remember the first.
All right. Well, everybody in the city knows Trev's first time, and he loved it because, of course, he loved it.
He's in love.
Yeah, that's
he fell
right.
in love. Yeah.
All right. We don't need to do an update. Your sports update is this: Oilers lost last night. That's your sports update.
And Christine Sinclair retired.
And Christine
it's
Sinclair.
now official.
Is it official?
Canada Soccer's posted it about it, and
TSN,
so
big
she's.
banner.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I almost feel like this is a special occasion for a non-6 o'clock hour conch. Don't you think, Rick? We never do this, but it's the new show. Christine
She's
Sinclair.
the best.
She's the
best.
GOAT.
So
Like, yeah,
please,
let's,
break all the house rules.
Let's do it. Yeah, a conch in the 8 o'clock hour. We've never done this, but hell of a run for Christine Sinclair. Many people are going to hate us for breaking the rules there. But I think
She's
if
the
you're gonna
GOAT.
break rules, you do it for the GOAT. And we'll see what Canadian soccer, really just the whole, who picks up that mantle. Like, actually, this is a good question. I'll ask you guys. You're the soccer guys. Like, I mean, Alphonso Davies, I guess. Kind
On
of
the men's side.
yeah, but I mean, overall, like, she was the face of Canadian soccer until maybe Alphonso Davies rolled around and became what he did on an international level. Who's the face of... I guess it's Alphonso Davies. Well, what about on the women's
Yeah,
team?
it has to be Alphonso because he also plays at the biggest, the
Yeah.
biggest club of any
Yeah, but
Canadian.
it's like almost like
all of that.
by default, right?
Women's side, you got Jessie Fleming, who would be a big one. You got Janine Becky, who would be a big one. Grosso might be a little bit up there, and Kadesha Buchanan, I think, is the long time defender that. I think it's between
Buchanan?
Kadesha Buchanan.
Is that the sister of?
No, I don't think they're related.
I was just wondering.
I think between those four, you're looking at somebody there is the current face of the program.
Christine was part of some great squads as a whole.
Yeah.
Like
Her obviously kind of was
accomplishments,
above, but I mean the rest you can't ignore the team that was behind her a few times in those Olympic runs and stuff. I mean, great memories. Like that's with her in that program.
Honestly, one of the best memories I'll have of Christine Sinclair was actually the failure of the team in the World Cup in I think it was France in 2011 or something, where the manager was just atrocious.
The London screw job? Or
No. That was.
yeah.
But the
That
Canada,
I'll never forget.
she got she busted up her nose, and she had a broken nose, and she played through this broken nose or something, and it was right there, that's how tough she is, and that was just.
Put it on the $20.
Yeah, but then the London Olympics and her performance where we got screwed against the U.S. is a big one.
Classic screw job.
There was
the London screw.
There was a lot of amazing ones. But yeah, I think the four names I mentioned, they'd kind of become the face of the program at the moment.
All right, ready for the transition into Beer of the Week? Let's do it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week on the Nielson Show, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Seconds. That might be a new record, boys. Didn't even need the full 65. No, McLaren. It was McLaren that went 2.8, set the 2.3. 1.8. It was 1.8. It was 1.8. It was 1.8. Rather impressive. That was pretty good stuff. Maddie, what are you worried about there, bud? Okay. Yeah. Oh, nice. Hey, Scotty, how you doing, man?
Good.
Good. We're going to do Beer of the Week, and then we're going to dive into the labels that we got. Maddie's got all 5 of them set up. And I guess it'll actually end up covering Scott's face, which is kind of funny. And but we'll take a look at them. So we're doing with Alley Cat, the Beer with Alley Cat. So we've got 5 labels that we like. Tommy Gazzola's, and he's going over them with a fine-tooth comb right now. Mm-hmm. The same comb that makes his hair look so great every single day.
The judge.
Tommy, do you comb your hair? Oh, you do? Cool. Well, I just thought sometimes you just go like this. okay.
There's a process.
I didn't know.
I have no idea.
Haven't combed my hair in
It's
years. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, Chantel. He's the Padawan.
Haven't had hair in years.
Yeah, I was gonna say yours is actually kind of getting long right now.
No, it's not good.
Hey?
It's not good. I'm right in the middle of like when to get it cut before I go on holidays. Like if I go now, it's too
So
soon.
when are holidays?
No, second week of November.
Hawaii.
Mexico.
Mexico. Very nice.
Yeah.
All
Can't afford
inclusive?
Hawaii. Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful.
I love Mexico.
East, west?
Yeah, I'd like to take my
I
family to
don't
Mexico.
Middle?
Yeah, Mexico.
Yeah.
My
The northern
wife-
part, just south of the border.
My wife
no
takes care of
coastal.
that.
He's
Sneaking
going right in.
Yeah, Mexico City.
Yeah. Full blown.
Yeah.
What's the Jason Sudeikis movie where he brings all that weed back
a
from
mule.
Mexico?
Yeah. For sure.
Local mule, Scott Laurie joins us for Beer of the Week. Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. Search Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week podcast. You'll find the podcast. You can subscribe to that. It'll be this segment. And what do we got here, buddy?
Yeah, we're going new. So new for us.
Okay.
So we haven't had Dark Woods Brewing.
Oh, this is exciting.
I love when it's the brewery day for sure. So we're gonna try 4 different brews. One of them is really unique. Now it's a smoked red ale. So they actually smoke the malt with 60-year-old maple tree.
Holy
maple,
smokes!
It's a pretty cool beer. Won a bunch of awards. So we'll do that one last.
Okay,
so that
save
is the beer of the
best for
week.
last.
That's $13.99. Dark Woods Brewing. So they've been brewing since 2017, but they opened their doors in 2020, and they've got a brewery. Also they do coffee, so they do all their own roasted coffee. They got a great menu. Pretty cool. Two brothers that kind of started this one. So we're gonna try the Smoke and Fire last. We've got a Treetop Citrus Ale. We've got the Morning Wood.
Get out of here.
Amber Ale. And then we've got the Pisley Pale Ale.
So this is like well, what'd you say the name is of the brewery?
It's Dark Woods.
So that's okay.
Yeah,
so it's
Dark
all
Woods.
wood related.
It's all kind of wood related, exactly.
Real nature nuts, huh?
100%. So let's go with the Treetop Citrus. So nice and light. Just ale. So again, feeling like summertime. 8%. Just a really
fun brewery.
Easy. Oh yeah, for sure. I started looking at them because I didn't know much about them, and you like to see the menu and the kind of the coffee, like just everything they've got kind of going on down in Niceville. It's pretty cool. I have to check them out. So pretty neat.
All right. Well, a cheers to Joaquin Gage, who celebrated his 50th birthday yesterday.
Love ya.
Yeah,
Cheers,
we love you, Gager.
Wiener
2 guys
Daddy.
and a goalie, pre and post. He's all over the place. Wiener Daddy's a good handle for Gager, by the way.
He is my wiener. He takes care of me.
We
at the
got HR
games.
Daddy,
Wiener Daddy.
and we got Wiener Daddy.
Yeah.
Man, that is good.
Isn't that like
Great starter.
just
out of the gate.
Delicious.
That is a smooth drink. I like this a lot.
It's nice to mix in a lower alcohol, just nice, easy tasting, fruity.
This is really good. Treetop citrus ale.
Good. Really good. Yeah,
Man, that's delicious.
Dark Woods.
I really like that one.
Yeah, I think honestly it's
gonna be tough to top that.
It's gonna be tough to top that one.
Let's just be fair.
But let's go with the Pisley Pale Ale next.
Okay.
So the Pisley Pale Ale is, what do you get when you cross a grizzly and a polar bear?
Pisley.
Oh,
I thought you were saying
Paisley.
Paisley. I was like, okay.
I lived in Paisley.
Are you sure it's not?
Yeah. Okay.
Are you sure it's not Pisley? Because if I was to come across a grizzly bear or a polar bear, I would piss my pants.
You would turn into a Pisley.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, so it's one fierce Pisley, the best of both worlds. It's got a hoppy flavor of an IPA and then the crisp taste of
smells a
pale
little
ale.
hoppy compared to the other one.
I've always said I like a pale ale because it does kind of mute some of the strong IPA stuff, a little more drinkable. It's 5% alcohol. Another one of these, though, that you could drink a bunch of really, really, really drinkable beers.
Let's throw a toast out to a team that's not getting any recognition across the country. The University of Alberta Golden Bears football team. We need them at -6.5 tonight. Here's to Chris Morris for getting the job done. It's also good.
Delicious.
It's not the citrus ale.
Nope.
But it's really good.
That is Pisley.
Yeah, it's Pisley.
Yeah, that's the word I would use to
You're
describe that.
getting a little bit more of the bitterness for sure, right? Like it's not the light citrus. So just that right blend of bitterness. It's a
sipper,
really
5%,
nice beer.
yep.
5% good sipper. Yeah. So again, now let's go Morning Wood.
Big J Woodcroft fans.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be afraid to pitch a tent and enjoy this beer.
Is that what it says?
That's what it says.
So they are making boner jokes.
Oh no! If you look, well, pour them first. They are all over.
Ooh, that's a nice
this
color.
Is,
Hey,
this is right
now
up
we're
your
getting into my
alley.
game now.
Caramel, delicious. Look at the can on there. They're not caramel.
Oh, this can
red
is
ale.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not subtle.
And either boner
And
jokes
so
or-
there's a guy laying in the tent, no pants on, and the tent is pitched way up high.
Whoa!
Now way too high for it. Like that's not real. But pretty cool cam.
Who is that? Tommy Gazzola?
Yeah. Oh, it is because he's laying in bed late. So that's good.
Yeah, so I get caramel, a little bit darker, beautiful coloring beer, 5.2%, nice classic amber ale.
How about to the GOAT, Christine Sinclair,
Yes.
calling it a
So
career.
good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That was hinted at yesterday, confirmed this morning.
Speaking of soccer, Jordy Mack chimes in, winner of Kind of Easy Trivia this
Really?
morning.
Yep.
Scott is actually my old soccer coach. Is this true, Jordy Mack?
Is that right?
Apparently, that's what he's claiming.
Well,
Apparently, he didn't make
Did
much
you
of an
coach?
impact
Did
on
you
it.
coach? Are you a coach?
coach
Yeah, you're a
for
coach.
sure,
Yeah,
for sure. Oh, now I've got to look. That's
Does
exciting.
he play? Does Jordy Mack play soccer anymore? Ask him, because I would think
Do
Scott probably
you
ruined his.
still
I probably
career.
ruined. Yeah, exactly. I turned him off soccer completely.
Just not a player's coach, eh?
Yeah,
It's all
no,
systems. You're
I'm
just drilling
drilling
it. You don't
them,
care
yeah.
about development.
Yeah, this.
Yeah. Usually, I would kick the ball in the corner and make them run hard at it. And the best collision's better.
This is
tackling.
Scott Laurie to his U7 soccer team.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language.
Not good enough.
Not good enough.
Excuse my language.
Listen, if they're not, it's not good enough. It never is good enough. That's the way I was. That's the way I was
standard, yeah,
trained.
yeah.
No, that's exciting. That kid is great. Holy cow.
Yeah, he's smooth. Eh?
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, so let's go smoke and fire. So again, 60-year-old maple. They smoke the malt, malted
Excited
barley.
for
Sorry,
this.
smoke the
I'm
barley.
excited for this.
Smoke the malted barley. I'm telling you, we say
it smells like this desk is on fire.
we say unique, but this one
Have you ever smelled a drink like this?
No, not
I don't think we've never had
like a spirit. I bet you go out and they
Like a
light
bourbon?
stuff,
Like
yeah,
a-
that
like
type of thing, and so and they like
Oh, yeah.
little branches and stuff. But a beer like this is
like a smoked old fashioned. But I mean, we've never had.
This is unbelievable.
We've never had a smoked beer.
this
There's
is
not very many that make them. This one is. This one, it is campfire.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, but you're still going to get, they do it for 4 hours. You're still going to get, it's 22 IBU, so it's low, 5.6%, but you get this incredible, unique flavor. It's a red ale still, so you're getting all the red ale, but it's just that
Hear this?
smoke just lightens.
pitching a tent on this.
Morning wood.
Man, that's
All right, well,
Yeah,
let's.
so I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to drink it. Smell it.
Hey, cheers to an Oilers bounce back on Saturday.
To the bounce back.
Against the Winnipeg Jets.
To the bounce
This is a bounce back team, bounce back boys. I don't even know what to say here.
Right?
It tastes like smoke in your mouth.
Yeah.
But not like you're eating a leathered, you know what I
No.
mean? Like
It's just so, it just smells so warm. And the red ale kind of makes it feel warm, like that kind of, I know you need more of that.
No, well, this is one of the most unique beers that we've ever had.
I like the red ale. Adding the smoke
For
just
sure.
makes it, but it's not. They don't fight each other.
No,
it's a very nice.
I guess yeah.
coming
so
together.
To me, it's you know what this is. The smell of this whole thing is.
Ooh.
You go camping.
Yeah.
You wake up the morning after, and you come out, and that fire is still going a bit.
Yeah.
That this is exactly what this
But
is.
even for
It's
like the temperature
whole
going down a bit.
You're consumed by that experience. Like,
Yeah. It's
It's like a heritage class. Like this is like a November. This is like a cool.
Yeah.
I'm in love.
Yeah.
This is like YouTube Trevin and Donaire here for me. This is
the eye
having
roll.
my experience.
Yeah.
Here, yeah.
The eye roll.
all right, one more to YouTube. Trav trying his
Yeah.
first Donaire.
Wait till
Yeah,
he
congratulations.
tastes this beer.
Yeah, wait till he has a beer for the first time.
This is a beer I feel like could
Wow.
go really wrong. Like you
could blow this
You
for
could
sure.
you could
No, I
blow
know,
this
yeah.
one, and this one it won a bunch of awards for sure.
Of course it did.
It has but
is there anybody else even in the category? Like we haven't tried anything like this.
yeah,
This
it's
is-
it's hard. It's hard to do,
Yeah.
right? So they've nailed it, and it fits perfect with their brand. It fits perfect with the brewery. I'm not sure which one's my favorite. I like the, the Pisley.
The citrus ale is unreal.
The Pisley, but the smoking red, I like red ales anyway, and that one is just I get $13.99. If you're into trying different stuff like we are, like we're trying to get people to try different things, try the smoking red. It's a conversation starter. It's one of those
Yeah.
ones you can put on your table with your buddies, bring it over,
Yes.
try it, pour the whole thing into a glass. Again, we're tasting samples. And let that smell really
Let
kind
the
of
smoke
erupt.
breathe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Again, $13.99.
Chris is in Nasty Chat. He says, "I'm getting this beer today."
Good
That's
man.
about that smoking. Like that's
It'd be great for the weekend.
That's an
That
unreal.
temperature
That's an
dropping a bit,
unreal
like it's
bevy.
a warm
Like,
hug.
Yeah, that's
very,
good.
very cool
I
drink.
also like seeing the Nielson Show logo on your
Isn't that awesome?
on your flyer.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah, they
exciting,
do
man.
new things, yeah. No,
and
it's
the
good.
Beer of the Week logo with it, like it's all just tied.
Yeah,
like,
the
it's
Beer of the
just-
Week looks
it's
good.
just,
Sharp
it's
logo,
just
too.
awesome.
Yeah, Beer of the Week logo's good
Super
too. Huge
exciting.
shout out to Tube Socks, obviously, for helping with all of that stuff. One more time, $13.99
for a 4-pack of Tall Boys. We also got a Scene Plus. So when you redeem points this week, you get 200 back. So redeem 1,000 points.
You get 200
$10.
back?
We'll give you 200 back.
So you're really only redeeming 800 points.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's math.
It's a 20% off on redemption sale. Right? That's basically what this is.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
All right, so one of the other things that we've done here with Sobeys and our partners at Alley Cat is the Nielson Show and Edmonton Sports Talk are dropping our own beer. It's going to be called the 6 O'Clocker Lager. We did a 2-week naming contest, and now we just finished up. I guess there's still time. We said to end of day Friday, basically, to get your labels in. But we've got 5 finalists right now. Somebody, I guess, could come in and swoop in and try to steal it at the end of the day. I've sent these off to Alley Cat to kind of just get their thoughts if there's anything that's not allowed. I did get a bounce back. Cam's email always bounces me back.
Really?
I think he gave me like the wrong email address. Maybe he doesn't like me. But
He's a busy guy.
yeah,
Pick up the
busy
message,
guy.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, I'll text him over to him. So we've got our 5 finalist labels, and we do want your opinion on this for everybody. So we'll kind of go through them, and actually, Rick, can you go grab? I printed them off for everybody so we can kind of see, and we can kind of have them on the desk and get a little bit of a closer look at it as well. So it's good because people kind of went all over the place with this. Like if you look at the 5 labels that we put in as finalists, it's very impressive. And you can tell that they're people who listen to the show.
Yeah.
Like they understand what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I said to the boys today when I laid these out, we would be happy with any one of these 5 representing our show, our brand, the Edmonton Sports Talk brand at Sobeys locations starting in early December. So, Maddie, which one? We're going to go with this one first. So this one is quite the scene. So this is
There's a lot going on.
yeah, there's a lot going on here. And like we said, we want to conch on it. So when you have a 6 O'Clocker lager, you can say, hey, conch me. So at first you're like, what's going on here? There's a lot going on in the background.
Focus.
And the guy who did this calls it like the weirdness drawing is what he calls it. So there's a bunch of weird stuff going on in behind. Color-wise, it looks pretty good. Like he actually sent us, it's on a can too. This guy did it right up. It looks like on the can, it looks amazing. But the plant, so on the little bit of text that you can see in the middle there, it reads as follows. This lager is best enjoyed cold after 6 o'clock or not. Whatever. Do what you want. We're not Tommy's mother. If you really want to impress your friends, find all 6 conches on the label. Nice. So this guy has hid 6 conches inside this drawing, and you're supposed to find them.
That's clever.
Like, that's pretty
awesome.
unique for a can.
Whether
right?
or not
Like,
this wins, this is what I envisioned.
Yeah,
For a good, and we've seen cans before, a little write-up,
rabbit.
a little story
Yeah,
or something,
yeah.
and a little Easter egg you can find, and I really love this
and
one.
I've looked at it. Eric and I looked at it quickly. We saw 2 of the
couple,
conches.
yeah.
Well, there's one. That's 2, 3.
I just put with like a dinosaur
one at
riding
the
a
top.
unicycle.
I
There's
don't
our
want to ruin it for everybody. I don't know if that one counts.
Pelican's head.
I don't know if that one counts.
There's a lot going on there. Even without
Yeah.
the
So anyway,
content,
this one's amazing. You would pick up a 6 O'Clocker lager, say conch me, and then you'd go and try to find the 6 conches. So that's a really good one. Cass is in there. Says this is pretty awesome, guys. So yeah, this one's good. It's very unique. All right, Maddie, go to let's bring in another one. Okay, so this one's cool. This is this one right here. This one was designed, and like we said, you got to have the kind of the conch involved. So like on the main side of the can, you'd see that 6 O'Clocker lager. It's got the old school mic in there, which looks pretty good, and then the conch on the other side, which looks pretty sharp as well.
That one's clean.
I think this one pops.
I like
right?
that one.
It's clean. It pops. This would stand out, I think.
For sure.
On a shot. Like that bright
like this
orange would certainly stand out. And it's just, I mean, I'm just very impressed by all these. They're just so well done, man. Like, so this one looks pretty good too. And let us know, like, the first one we did, we'd call like 6 conches. So if you like the 6 conches one, let us know in the nasty chat. It's tough right now if you're just listening online. You have to go back and check it out later. We'll try to describe it the best we can. This one has like an orange background and then an old school sort of Dick Venerette mic with a 6 O'Clocker lager banner across it. And then on the other side, it would be a conch. This one would be called the mic logo. So if you like this one, just text in or in the nasty chat.
Nathan
mic logo.
Uchez.
Yeah.
He says vastly different, but equally awesome.
Yeah,
like these
that's
are.
why I said all 5 of these.
Put
I
them
would
in the
on,
hopper
like,
at least.
We got to meet with Alley Cat and be like, we need 5 beers, dude.
Exactly.
Like that's what's going to happen because
Ale
we got the
of the North,
logos
eh?
for all of them.
Yeah.
All right, so that's okay. Where are we going next? Okay, so this is an interesting one. This one's I kind of called the explosion. So it's like an old school little alarm clock Same one that Marty McFly used on the dashboard in Back to the Future.
Scores points with you.
Right?
Yeah,
That helps. And then this has like our little emojis or our characters on the one side. So it's me and Lieutenant Eric on the one side. The conch is just kind of mixed in at the top, and it's like a small little alarm clock, like exploding. The 6 o'clocker logger. And this
Die Hard episode. It looks like a Die Hard movie.
No,
it's like
like this looks like it's gonna explode in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like, and it looks pretty good on the can. It's pretty sharp looking too. I like that one. That's good. Okay, where we go next? Let's go to the next one. Okay. So this one's kind of cool because it ties into city. That's the city. That's like the skyline of Edmonton in the bottom, and then a really nice sort of sunset or sunrise as well. The conch on this one's just sort of tossed up in the top.
Sunset
of
or
the
sunrise.
6 o'clocker.
The 6 o'clock could be AM, PM.
That makes sense.
Holy cow.
That makes sense.
Wow.
This is some Inception stuff right here.
Yeah.
So this would be like the sunset logo. So if you want the sunset, if you think the sunset one's good, you can chime in there as well. Like I said, we have to get these approved by Alley Cat, and our team will have to come up with one. So that's a good one too. And then let's get to this one. This is from our man Tube Socks, who've basically designed our entire brand. He tied this one in to basically look just like all of our other logos and kind of really be on point and on brand, which I got a lot of time with. You can see it. Yeah, those little, like the little yellow clocks, he said are like the bubbles inside a beer, which kind of makes sense as well, right? So this one is very much on point for everything else that we're doing, which certainly works as well. So I would gladly put all 5 of these on a beer. But what do you think? If you're in the Nasty Chat right now and you're watching these, is there one?
That's 5 moving.
This guy says, do 4 different ones and collect the set. That's probably asking too much of Alley Cat, because they're going to be the ones who are handling all the labeling.
Chaz isn't going to recycle any of these either. He's keeping them for art in the house.
Every single one you drink, you keep forever.
Design gets,
None of these will ever see the light of a day at a recycling plant.
Not at all. Shouldn't.
You keep them all. All right, let's see here. Gord says the mic drop one is the one for me. Chris says the 6 conches. I'm just a big fan of Alley Cat. Couldn't be happier to see this. Get one more and make it a 6-pack. Conch me. Mic drop for me, too. The mic drop. Okay, go back. Which one are we talking? The orange one? Just a straight-up orange one. The mic drop one. People like that one. Yeah, okay, yeah, that one's good. It's a number 1 or 2, so that would be either the 6 o'clocker lager, that one, or the
like bracket.
The 6 conches one.
It's been all in a bracket. People would vote, and then we do it.
You know what's cool on the? Oh, look at it, Maddie. Put you up on the side, Scott. Watch this. Don't move.
Okay,
don't move. That's cool. Welcome back to the show. These guys say all 5 are really good, but I like 1 or 2 the best. Okay, so bring this one back up, Maddie.
I love how different they all are.
These two that people are talking about are literally the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how, I honestly, I don't know how we're going to make a decision on this. Part of me thinks, I hope Alley Cat comes in and goes, actually, you can't use that one.
Executive
like, just
decision.
sort of eliminates one. Because on the 6 conches one, bring up the 6 conches one again, Maddie. I want to, So along the top there, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but along the top, it says Daddy Likes, Mandate, Goyle, Tickle Trunk, Renee, Tales of the North, Conch Me, Rankings of Power, Hot Takes, Drafts, Off Season, What Off Season, No, Not Today, Eyes, and Munching the Data. That's like all tied in, like right along the top as well. So, like it's a lot, that one,
but it's fun.
But it's awesome, and there's a game.
There's a lot of cool, like it's a lot, but there's a lot of really cool stuff going on. It's not just like a lot. There's a lot that means something.
Yes.
On that.
Yeah, you're looking for, like, you're hunting for the 6 conches.
And maybe he's even got another secret left in there that he hasn't told us, right? Like, that's always the case with these beer cans and everything, right?
For sure.
It's
very exciting.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is a really tough call. We'll announce something on Monday. All 5 logos we would gladly put on our beers. Obviously, we've got some people who listen to the show who love to design stuff, which is positive as well.
It'd be tough.
In the end, your opinion doesn't really matter. Just kidding. It's going to be sold in Sobeys.
Yeah.
You know the labels, like what works in Sobeys.
Yep.
I mean, of these 5, if you had a lean on one of them, just like Mr. Lean in the corner, we're not saying, like, give us your pick.
Yeah.
But what would you lean towards right now?
I like the mic.
You like the mic?
I like the mic.
Pretty classic.
I like how it just looks crisp. It's going to
the
stand
conch is
out.
clear on there.
Conch is clear. The 6 o'clocker's big and bold.
That is going to stand out for sure.
100%.
Just because of like the orange, right? Like that orange pops.
Well, and I think it fits with the Alley Cat with their logos. Like I think when you look at their other beers with Razzie Cat and Apricot and the new branding they've got, I think it makes sense. I love orange and blue, which is kind of a little bit of, on there. So there's lots going on. I think the textures are right. The first 2 would be my 2 that I love is more than the rest, but they're all really good. When I was standing there when I first came in looking at them.
I know. You're like, is this for real? I know.
And those would be my 2 that I would lean on for sure. Because the one with the 6 conches one, I could see having a lot of fun.
We're
with
a
that
sucker
one
to that
too,
stuff,
right?
aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a unique. Like,
and with all the mentions
are there
of the show,
are there labels out there right now where you would go hunt for something on the label?
I'm sure there are, but not like.
Well, we kind of talked about like with kokanee back in the day, or the Pilsner
Rabbit.
Pilsner, the Black Elk.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah,
if you know, you know, right?
Yeah, the kokanee.
Real beer now.
The kokanee Sasquatch is there.
Yeah.
They've tried it, but it's usually one thing. Whereas that one there, that guy, he's designed a bunch of different stuff going on that one. So yeah, I like the mic, but this is exciting.
Okay, here let me just quickly for everybody watching right now, I'm just gonna start a quick poll. This is not like what's gonna determine it in the end, but which option do you like? And I'm just gonna label them 1, 2, 3, and we'll just throw up the 5 options, and then we'll just kind of see where. Oh, you can only do 4 options. Well, we can't do that. That's unfair. You can only do 4 options. We're not gonna do the poll question if there's 4 options. So, we'll see where this plays out. But we have 5 amazing options for our beer, and I do not know how we're gonna.
We can't go wrong.
Which one we want.
No, can't go wrong.
You're right. You can't go wrong.
So. It's process elimination at this point.
We might have to merge. Maddie. We might have to schedule an emergency staff meeting Monday. DVD, what's up? This is gonna be a tough call. Cass just texted me. He goes, "Send me the files for the Alley Cat thing. I want to design a label just for fun."
Okay.
Matt Cassian slides in late and steals the
Flexing
show.
it in, yeah.
I didn't even know Cass had designer skills.
Maybe
Plus, Cass, you're almost too late here. Maddie, do you want to get in? Are you gonna get in? You grab. Oh yeah, Maddie can't talk right now. That's okay. I got a lot going on right now, hosting a show. Well, because he's talking into your mic.
Yeah.
All right, stick around. Let's dive into the wrap here right now for William Huff. Lieutenant Eric, what'd you learn on the show today?
Well,
buddy?
again, and we all kind of announced and we said our piece on it already, but making it official, Christine Sinclair announcing her retirement. Late last night, was it the Instagram post, the cleats tied up over the post, just mic drop there, and this morning it's official. So Christine Sinclair, the caps, the goals, the memories, and we wish her well in retirement. I think still playing club football with Portland, though. She's going to continue out to round out the season or something.
She's just
like that,
done with the national team
done
for
with the
now,
national
and
team
then
everything.
okay.
So, but
all right.
Thanks for the memories and Scott Hall's birthday. I'm going to mention as well, just because childhood wrestling legend for myself personally.
Yeah, I learned that this tie might actually work.
You worn it all
Fergie's
show. It's
process.
really
I had
good.
it on most of the show.
And thanks to Matt Iwanek.
And Matt Iwanek tied it in this like weak little knot, but it's still going to work. It's still going to work.
That's fit for a national broadcast.
It makes my neck look bigger because it's a smaller knot. Whereas usually I use a bigger knot, which makes my neck look smaller.
Your neck still doesn't look big.
My neck's not big. You put your whole hands around my neck.
What were you, 6-something, 150? You said?
I wear
before Donaire diet.
I wear small, medium hats, not even large hats. What do you think about that?
How about
Surprise.
How about that? What'd you learn on the show today?
I learned that the Oilers have some work to do.
Oh, Oilers analyst Scott Laurie chiming in here today. They do though, don't they?
They do. They got some work to do.
It's concerning.
It's concerning.
Bouchard
not good enough.
Bouchard needs to get some oomph.
Kane's not worried.
In his game,
he's got him right where
like,
he wants him.
What's that?
Kane's not worried.
No, Kane's got it right where he wants it. 1-3, dead last. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
All right, your sound of the day today will tie into text of the day today. This is obviously Jay Woodcroft from this morning.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
All right, let's go with this one. I think we all got a chuckle out of this when it came in. This will be your text of the day. Once again, we got to find this guy again. If you did text us in, don't scam us. Text back in and be like, guys, that was mine. We'll see your text history.
Get your prize, yeah.
780-218-9999. Text of the day for A&W. $20 gift card. Go get some of those new Crunchtastic chicken crunchers. Me on my 40th birthday, getting a hastily drawn birthday card on a poorly folded piece of paper from my kids in the morning.
Not to our standard. Yeah, certainly. Not good enough. Excuse my language there.
Happy birthday, Dad. Thanks. I'll cherish it forever. You gotta love kids.
And you do.
You do. Like I said, my kids are in school now, so I can say this. They'll never know that I said it. I've got like a drawer downstairs with all of the worst designed cards you could ever see in the world, but I wouldn't sell them for $1 million.
Nope. Me too.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. I imagine I see YouTube Trev doing that for our birthdays. Fold it up. Like Happy's got 1p. Like as we continue to kind of
this is the best thing ever.
Continue to groom him and raise him.
Yeah, your birthday's the best.
Yeah, that'll be good. All right, you know what I will do? I will put all 5 of those logos up on Twitter just to get feedback. It's not going to be a vote. It's not going to get locked in. But I do want to share like what some of our people have come up with for this can. And then we will announce a winner on Monday. Unless we need to have a little meeting with Alley Cat about it, then it'll be Tuesday. But yeah, merch store hopefully opening up on Monday as well. We got the Hangout coming up right now. They're ready to go. Tommy, Derek Van Diest, Cookson from Pro-Am is going to be in making his Hangout debut as well. We got to get you on the Hangout. Hey, yeah, Matt, is this guy on the list?
Talk a little Glasgow Rangers.
Just a Friday, you can just move on in. Right?
Yeah, actually, that'd be good. That would make a lot of sense. Just take some of these right over.
Perfect.
Full-blown soccer hangout. People would love that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Although they'd rather that than have to talk about this horrible hockey team today. We've got Lock Shop coming up. Huss and the guys from Cool Bet will have that. I got a trip to the airport and off to Winnipeg to call that Elks Bombers game tomorrow. Maddie will be in on the oil stream with Tommy Gazzola later today at 12 o'clock. We'll be back on Monday breaking down what you hope is an Oilers win or the Winnipeg Jets. Busy weekend in the CFL and, of course, a busy day in the NFL on Sunday. Scott, thanks for coming in, man.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. Lieutenant Eric, have a good weekend. Safe travels this
Keep
weekend.
that tight there.
I might not take this off until after the broadcast on Saturday.
Say hi to Mr. Ritzcrack as well.
Yeah, and after I wear it, I'm going to give it back to Fergie so he can stop complaining.
Gets his money back.
That's going to do it for us. Tell your friends about EdmontonSportsTalk.com. We'd very much appreciate it as we continue to grow this into a monster here in the Edmonton market. Have a great weekend. Take it easy.